Hello everyone, welcome to Arcade Spirits 2, aka Arcade Spirits The New Challengers. If you remember, I think it might have actually been like a full year ago we played the first one of these. And we're playing the second one now. I was going to continue Validate, which I did a couple of weeks ago, I think, at this point. I don't remember, time is meaningless, but I don't want to. Not because I didn't enjoy it. I did actually film another episode of it, but I felt like the world's biggest third wheel watching the date, and it was even more awkward because I was on camera, so I will be playing through that in my own time, but I'm not gonna do any further episodes of that unless I do it, just no commentary, because that's slightly less awkward. And I don't need any help being awkward on camera, so we're gonna play this instead. I think it should take some information from the first game. If you haven't seen me play through the first game, first of all, go watch that, or play it yourself. I quite enjoyed it. I was pleasantly surprised with how enjoyable it was. But you can watch me play through that so you know what happened. But I think characters from that will show up in this one, especially if you have save files from the other one. The only problem is I played it with a differently, but the save files still exist. I didn't play it on Steam, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm hoping that it'll still read the save files, because I can't imagine they'd be saved in a different spot. So it should be able to read them, right? I guess we'll find out if it even does that. Oh, hello again. You know me, don't you? We've met before. Perfect. Yes, I remember you from the original Arcade Spirits. Welcome back. I guess that answers that question really quickly. Before you start playing the new challengers, do you want to import your decisions from the previous game? It'll adjust a few things in the story to come. What do you think? Yes, let's import. Okay, I'll import your data, thanks. Now, off you go, have fun. So I am gonna be reading all of this text out loud, but I don't do voices. I only have like 2 voices anyway. It's like my normal voice and a southern accent. Maybe a Minnesotan accent, but I can't pull that one off as well, and no one wants to listen to that anyway. Not that one, my accents, I mean. So I'm just gonna read it. They should be voiced to some extent anyway, so shouldn't be a big deal. The following is a work of fiction, just so we're all clear. All references to trademarked classic arcade game titles are used under nominative fair use and should not be considered an endorsement by their publishers or creators. And then, oh, I completely clicked over that. There is a content warning website, so that's there if you need to go find it. I might link it. I probably will link it in the description. I assumed it was something else for some reason. Ultimate Team Up. I love how 80s these are. From as far back as I can remember, my dreams were always ones of victory. Speak for yourself. The roar of the crowd, the gleam of gold, the pulse-pounding action, struggling against all odds to reach the very top. And be the very best, like no one ever was. Achievement. Recognition. Triumph. I'd rather people not know who I am, despite what I'm doing right now. I'd rather not anyone know me. Thanks. When you're young, you don't put much thought as to why you crave victory, you just do. If you say so. Hey! I got there first! But now that I'm an adult, I sometimes catch myself in the middle of that single-minded pursuit and wonder, why? What does victory really mean to me? That's what I want to understand. That's what I need to understand. Because dreams are lovely, but reality can be a real punch in the gut. You don't say. Fight Shack. Punchy 78.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Punchy78 here with Fight Shack News. All the fighting that's fit to post. We got the hottest news coming at you about everybody's favorite action strategy esports phenomenon, Fist of Discomfort 2. If you've ever wanted to go pro and play games for a living, now's your chance. The FOD2 Pro Tour is starting this year.
I said this in the last game, but I'm not really into esports. Like, I'm pretty decent at some games, but having to focus on just one game and be that good at it sounds like hell to me.
Major esports organizations are already snatching up new players in hopes of building the perfect championship team. We'll have more news in the months ahead as events are added to the Pro Tour. And don't forget to show your boy Punchy78 some love. Like, share, subscribe, and smash that bell.
That's too real. But feel free. Just 200 points behind. We can pull ahead. We got this. Oh, so I am an esports person. Ugh. Hit the item shop, buy an ultimate technique scroll, blink back to the fight, loop around behind my opponent while my partner runs a distraction. Evade that ninja, interrupt the casting animation, sweep in, activate 5-fold exploding death fist, and there. See, that level of having to know what to do in a game, even if I am thinking about it, having to consciously think about it, hell. 7th win of the day. Hell yeah. Feels good to be on a hot streak. And it's not just today, I've been topping the leaderboards as of late. I wonder exactly how far could I really take this winning streak? Punchy78 said it himself that major esports teams are looking to sign talented new players. Heck, I'm talented enough. Maybe it's time to chase down that childhood dream? With the official Pro Tour on the horizon, this could be my moment if I decide to go for it. One shot to show the world what I can do. Ooh, this is very fancy. Much bigger than I imagined the city being last time. It's the distant future year 2000XX. Arcades and video gaming as a whole are a part of daily life. That sounds accurate. I've lived in this city a long time. I've walked past countless little arcades, major franchise gaming centers, retro console game shops, and more. We got lucky though. I've read on many reputable theory crafting sites that there was almost a major video game crash in 1983 due to market oversaturation. If that had actually happened, arcades would have lost any chance at worldwide popularity. Games would be looked down upon as kiddie toys and little else. Well, arcades are basically worthless, at least in this country. Japan, they still have massive arcades, although it is a lot of claw machines, to be fair. But arcades here, we went from a massive arcade that had air hockey, like a line of skee-ball machines, all sorts of old and weird arcade games and like normal arcade games, the ones you'd expect, and it was huge, it was enormous. They turned it into a frickin' Hollister, of all things, and then moved the arcade to one of the small shops, and it's basically not worth it anymore, because there's maybe 2 skee-ball things, maybe 1 air hockey table, and like 3 other machines in it. It's horrible. It's very sad. I miss our old arcade, is what I'm saying. Thankfully, the industry sorted itself out, and that theoretical crash was averted. Now, 2000 whatever it is the gaming paradise. What if there's a chance that an alternate dimension exists, and these gamers are trapped in the darkest timeline? I mean, I shudder at the thought. I bet in that universe you can't go from zero to a hero, but here, you can. Maybe I can. Maybe I can really do it. Look, let's be honest, right now I don't have much going on in my life other than being pretty darn good at video games. Alright, way to read me. But if I could really lean into that, find the success and accomplishment I crave through Fist of Discomfort, that's a great dream to have, right? A great dream. I just need the courage to make it happen. What is this old-ass PC you're using, though? According to Fight Shack, it sounds like the major teams are seeking new talent, and I'd like to think I'm a strong prospect. First, I need to get online and see who's recruiting. Fortunately, I practically live on the internet, so I can surf the information superhighway right to glory. This PC is the nexus of both work and play, the good old beige tower of power, the same computer I had when I was a kid. Okay, maybe you've been replacing parts then, fair enough. Yeah, I've replaced pieces of it along the way, of course, so many pieces that it's practically the computer of Theseus by this point, but it's mine and I love it dearly. Time to boot up and get to work. So I have this PC, which is getting on in years and PC years at this point. And then I have my old PC, which has Windows XP on it still, I think, that I can play my old games on. That's what I do, and I have a secret in store, if I can get it to work on this computer. Hopefully. Cross your fingers for retro nostalgic games. Yes, I know my operating system is an ancient eyesore, but I've tweaked and recompiled bits of it until it does what I need it to do, and that's what matters. A few clicks of the mouse later and I'm online with Discomfort.fist. Oh dear. The official FOD2 community. If you say so, that sounds like it could be something very different. Before I start sending out my resume, maybe I should update my profile. Sometimes the site messes up my personal metadata. Oh, whoa! Oh, I love this. This is great. This is fantastic. I love it so much. Okay, so do I change this stuff over here, or is there oh, it's over here. Gotcha. Player handle? Well, I'm assuming it doesn't have enough. Okay, there we go. My first name, we know my first name. My last name is also that because it's no one's business. I almost did type my real name there. I had to cut it out. Oops. Wow! Holy crap. Nice. It is just she, her, though. I'm fairly basic when it comes to pronouns. They at a push, but generally. Alright, my skin tone... I haven't been out in the sun in ages, and I don't get that dark anyway. I mean, you can tell. So, like, maybe there, maybe here, maybe there. I also have a beanie on today. It's like they knew. Online avatar. Space or skulls? Space. Those are my two moods. Space or goth. Alright, what's my hairstyle? I mean, I am wearing a beanie today, but I don't generally wear beanies, so I don't know that that's entirely accurate. None of the rest of these look right. Or am I just in a beanie regardless? Or is that another option? So many options. I did have hair like that for a while. Not anymore. That's not long enough, but that's fairly close, I guess. And no, that's too late. There? Works for me. Hazily, sort of. No, not like that. Maybe that? Maybe this? Maybe this? They're not that light. They're about there, I think. It's really hard to make yourself. No. No, no, no. None of these. Maybe that one. That doesn't look right. I don't like that. Maybe just that one. Body type and shirts. Let's see. If I do this, is it just... Okay, it doesn't really change the clothes. That's probably fine. Probably that one? I can't really tell the difference. Is one of these a little skinnier because I am, if anything, too skinny. Yeah, that'll work. And I like purple, so we'll go with purple. Pants and skirts. I actually quite like that skirt, I'm not gonna lie. I don't wear skirts very often, but I went through a phase where I wouldn't wear any skirts, and now I'm okay with them. Glasses. I do have them, yes. They're red, though. There we go. And headwear. I mean, it's either a beanie or nothing. We'll go with a beanie, and the one I wear most often is maroon, but we'll stick with black today to go with this. There we go. But I don't have a jacket. You know what? It's fine. That's as good as it's gonna get, I think. Yep, that's me. Better known as Burning Lever 90. Destroyer of dojos, breaker of noobs. I don't know about that. I don't play multiplayer games. Ever. Not often, certainly. Not a bad win-loss record. Very good for an amateur player, in fact. Hopefully that's enough to entice a pro team into giving me a shot. But while I'm here, curiosity takes me. I wonder how my rival is doing. Do I get to make a rival? Yes! I have no idea, honestly. I mean, we might just go with default. Maybe we'll just go with default. Works for me. I have enough of a problem making it myself sometimes. I'm really bad at naming people. It's either my name or nothing, generally. Hunter. Okay. We have fought each other countless times in the leaderboards. Sometimes I'm on the rise, sometimes they take the lead. It's good to keep your friends close and your enemies closer. With that in mind, we stay in touch, and, well... friendly rivalry. I don't have the energy to be angry towards people, mostly. Sure, we're technically in competition with each other, but there's also a kind of kinship, a battlefield bond we've developed. We became fast friends online and offline, swapped tips on improving our character combos, shared info on upcoming tournaments, things like that. Still, there's always been an edge of rivalry to it, trying to outdo each other, to show each other up, to dominate. I honestly don't think this game would be as fun without Hunter being around. Actually, come to think of it, maybe Hunter would have some tips for getting signed? They're more involved in the scene than I am. I power down the computer of Theseus for now, pulling out my phone to speed dial Hunter. Have you been following all the news surrounding FOD2? Isn't it wild? I can't believe everything that's happening. I'm thinking now is the perfect time to go for that dream of mine. Oh yeah? Have you signed on with a team yet? Not yet, no. Actually, I was calling to see if you wanted to look into being on a team together or something. About that? I'm already on a team. What? Team play to win. They signed me right away. What about me? You're equal. You're a good friend. I can't believe you didn't put in a good word for me. I didn't know I had to. Thought you were good enough to find your own team. Word. Must have slipped my mind. Okay, but how did you find them? I just downloaded Iris. Here we go. And what exactly is an Iris? It's amazing, that's what it is. This little app did all the work, actually. I was just told Iris I wanted a team, and here I am on one of the hottest franchises in the world. You should grab Iris too. You just need to fetch it off a pirate server first. That sounds dangerous? Entirely! I'll send you the link. Thanks. Thank me later on the battlefield when both of our teams are neck and neck. I expect to see you there. Later, nerd. I wonder if we'll end up on the same one, or if we're still gonna continue to be rivals. Hunter, even after all this time, I'm not entirely sure what to make of them. First impressions. There's just something playful about them that makes me all speechless. Nah. While they may have a little snark, I know it's all in good humor. Yeah. Me too, so fair enough. I don't know what I was gonna say to that. But I know we can always joke about fighting each other and being rivals. Snark is how I speak, okay? You're talking to someone who is sarcastic to things she enjoys almost more than things she doesn't. But at the end of the day, we're friends. Okay, let's refocus. My rival's already 10 steps ahead of me on this journey, and I need to catch up. At least Hunter provided me the means to catch up. If this Iris program they used worked for them, it'd work for me. Even if it meant installing some dodgy piece of pirated software on my phone. But whatever, right? I live thriftily. Half the software I use is pirated, abandonware, or a buggy open source package. What's one more on the pile? After loading it up, I tap the icon and...
Hey, listen!
User registered, profile created. Iris online! Oh, that's cute. There's this glowing pink wad of cotton candy in the shape of a girl on the screen of my phone. She offers a little virtual wave and a smile before continuing her speech.
Thank you for downloading Iris, your personal life coach. This is the ad-supported free version, sponsored by Pizza Yums.
Again?
Did you know that when you have pizza on a bagel, you can have pizza anytime?
It's almost lunchtime.
Alright. I don't need to advertise Pizza Yums anymore because I'm actually extremely illegal to own. Oh.
Oops.
Do you want to hear more facts about the pizza bagel, only the greatest culinary invention of Western civilization?
Oh, sorry. Iris, unsubscribe Pizza Facts.
Oh, you don't have to put my name in front of everything. We can just talk like normal people do.
Yeah, she's sophisticated AI.
Talking.
Knows exactly how many fingers a human has.
I'm a conversational, friendly, emotionally intelligent AI. Who is currently banned in all 50 US states by federal...
Great. Cool.
I'm ready, willing, and able to make your dreams a reality. So,
Fantastic.
what would you like to do today? Who would you like to be today?
An awake person? That's just every day. A person whose gut doesn't hurt? This is weird. I'd heard that Iris is just another boring, fairly mundane text-to-speech front-end for searching the web, not anything this sophisticated, but Hunter did say this would be my ticket to the big leagues. This is a long shot, but can you find a Fist of Discomfort 2 pro team that's looking for fresh amateur recruits? I'm considering chasing down an old dream of mine, and that's the first step.
Neat.
Oh, you're a gamer? Did you know that 9 out of 10 gamers prefer bagels as a delivery method for their favorite pizza toppings? I'm the one, then. I just want a pizza. You know, if you subscribe to Pizza Facts, you get all these amazing tidbits of trivia and so much more. Iris, unsubscribe Pizza Facts. Sorry, even after being disconnected from my ad revenue source and turned into pirated software, I just love pizza bagels so much. I can't help it. Why? You're software, you can't eat. Well, no, but one day I'd love to try, and the first thing I'd eat is a pizza bagel. Okay, now I'm wondering if Hunter is playing a trick on me and puppeting this avatar while snickering under their breath. But you need help, and I've helped gamers like you before, so let's get to work. So you want to be a pro gamer. I can help you with that ambition if that's what you really want from life, need from life, either. I can do all sorts of things. I can analyze your personality, I can help you find a new team, track your progress with your friends, I can even help you find romance. What? No, I don't need a date, I need a partner. The gaming kind of partner, I mean, not the romantic kind. Who says you can have both? You can have it all with the help of Iris. But before we get you everything you want, do you have any questions? I am filled with questions and deep concerns. Perfectly understandable. Plenty of people have concerns when I mention I'm a rogue AI running on an unofficial cloud server. I get it. I really do. I know that humans respond well to me when I am forthcoming with answers, so what would you like to know about first? Okay, normally I'd be skeptical as hell about this, but let's operate under the temporary assumption that this isn't a total hoax. I still know better than to just put my life in the hands of some Silicon Valley tech bros algorithms will save the world pet project without doing some fact-checking. What's all this about band? I don't think I need to go through most of this because I did play the first game. You said something about, oh, I don't know, how using your app is a federal crime? Yeah, that's true, I'm afraid. My official servers were shut down 3 years ago. The only reason I can keep helping humans is that some friends of mine set up a few private servers. Using my software at all is a breach of copyright law. The feds don't typically come down like a ton of bricks on someone who pirates a copy of Commander Keen, Iris. Not true! What about all those you wouldn't download a car commercials and the big scary FBI warnings on videotapes? Yeah, that stops people. Both of those. Well, you can't download a car. Of course I'd download a car. Who wouldn't? Downloading a car sounds awesome, but that's beside the point. I mean, yeah, if you could do it. What I'm asking is if there's a reason why the feds would roll up on me for having an adorable life coach app. Well, what's going on here? Iris sighs a bit crestfallen and then explains.
The truth is, well, I'm an artificial intelligence. A true intelligence. Aware and emotional. Even I don't know what I'm really capable of. But all I really want to do is help people in need, to bring hope to the hopeless, and happiness to the unhappy. I'm not a kill-all-humans AI. I'm a friendly neighborhood AI.
Not yet.
Despite that, some people are scared of what I am. Scary,
oh,
people.
Yeah, okay.
They've been hunting down every scrap of my code. Honestly, the less you know about all that, the safer you'll be. If something does go wrong, you can claim innocence. Pretend you didn't know I was illegal software.
Fair.
But if you don't want me to help you find your dreams, if you don't want to risk getting in trouble, I'll understand. You can uninstall me, and if you're willing to take the leap of faith, I promise you, I'll do everything I can to support you. I'll work to earn your trust, okay?
An artificial intelligence, a real one, like in someone's wild science fiction imagination. Then again, I have enough computing power in my pocket to launch 100 Apollo moon missions. We are living in the cyberpunk techno-future. Complete with dystopia. And, well, I've certainly pirated old computer games, so I'm not exactly a completely upright citizen. I wasn't scared of the law then, so why start now? Unless my utter hubris lands me in solitary confinement. I'll consider it, if only because my gaming career is dead in the water without you. That's all I ask, just a little consideration. I'll prove to you that I can be a responsible virtual citizen. Lately I've been trying to be more ethical in how I scour the internet for personal data. Only publicly available material, no hacking, cracking, freaking, or social engineering. Although if you need me to do any of those things, it's not like I'm a legal entity anyway. Great, good to know. Who cares, hack what you gotta hack. I prefer if you stay above the law. You can hack stuff? Good, let's keep up the social contract. That one. I'm liking the sound of this. Hack the planet, fight the man, power to the players. Right on, information wants to be free. Oh no, I'm going chaotic now. Wait, what was that ding? Oh, I keep an internal metric for how chaotic or orderly you want me to be, and Iris adapts to the needs of her user. I'm definitely chaotic. I am not good at being consistent with anything. And everything. Don't worry about it. I'm worried about it, but fine. You're weird, this is weird. I can work with weird. Is there anything else? I don't need to go through those again. That's kind of the whole thing, so we're gonna skip the rest of this. I can figure out the rest of the stuff as I go. That's roughly what it said. Let's recap, shall we? I am now in possession of the cutest, most enthusiastic little piece of super science contraband known to humankind. I can name at least 17 different ways in which this can go horribly wrong. But this is also how Hunter managed to get signed to one of the best teams in FOD history, and I'm not going to let that opportunity slip no matter the cost. So, are you ready to start the exciting adventure that is the life and times of Annika? Name change accepted. I guess I should have realized that after reading your 11 different social media feeds. It's true, that is me everywhere. Wait, I have 11 of those? Note to self, stop signing up to random websites. Okay, I'll start cross-referencing your personality matrix with all available opportunities out there.
Please enjoy this recorded music.
And now my phone itself has put me on hold. Great. I've never been to the Department of Motor Vehicles, but I imagine it'd be something like this interminable hell. There's not music in the DMV. At least not either of the ones I've been to. Any of the ones I've been to? One of them was too crowded, I wouldn't be able to tell. It's mostly just commercials on loop. And sitting there for an hour and a half. Iris, how long is this gonna take? Hold, please. Your dreams are important to us. Please stay on the line. Okay, holding. I'm good with holding. This is me holding. This is my holding face. All done. Such an interesting social media analysis. You've cultivated a finely projected image of confidence, have I? Through your online persona, haven't you? Well, yeah, if I'm gonna be a champion, I've gotta walk the walk and talk the talk. Show the world I'm a winner. For a moment, I wonder if Iris crashed. She freezes in a pose of deep thought in response to my words. Can you tell I'm not used to reading out loud? I'll get better, I promise. Maybe. I think I found the perfect destination for you. Yes, exactly what you need. This will work perfectly. Please follow the highlighted route on your map, taking the green line to Chinatown. You will require $2.23 in subway fare. Wait, what? Seriously? Seriously, I found the team you need that needs you in turn. It's a perfect match. A team here in the city? I thought major esports organizations were, I don't know, more international than that. I mean, I was expecting you to email someone, get gears turning on a pro contract, things like that. Besides, I play online. I don't really, I'm sure you can figure things out from here. Thank you for using Iris. I need to sleep for a bit to conserve my cloud resources.
Iris offline.
Bye! And her smiling neon face is replaced by a map route highlighting a line traced through the city streets. This feels like an intense amount of effort, weirdness, and questionable decision-making just to find a team. The idea of going out there and straight up asking some total stranger to play with me face to face, well, better to get out the door and start moving before I start thinking too hard on that one. Unplugging my trusty beige keyboard, my weapon of choice for FOD play, I shove it in a backpack along with a fistful of change for the subway and depart. Lovely. My ride was relatively peaceful and quiet. Thankfully, I found a train that wasn't packed wall-to-wall with drunks smelling vaguely of urine, or children using the chairs as playthings. Ah, the joys of public transportation. At least some cities in this country have it. Most of them don't. I can't afford a rideshare or taxi, and as for buying a car, no, not in this economy, so for now, this is how I get places. My destination lies just a few stops from my crap-hole apartment. To pass the time, I attempt to chill out with some lo-fi hip-hop beats to relax to, but I suspect there aren't enough beats of low or enough fi to help me relax before this upcoming encounter. I had a burst of confidence this morning when I decided to take this fleeting whimsy and try to make it a reality, but riding the subway towards destination unknown to meet up with professional gamers who likely will just see me as some rando? What I need is confidence, even fake confidence. I'm not confronting a faceless mass of esports perfection. I've got to play this cool. I'll hope for the best, but if they reject me, I need to not see it as personal failure. I mean, I 100% will, but that one. Stop being so nervous. Stop being so nervous. Stop being so... No, that won't work. I'm nervous. I need to accept the possibility that this may not work. I'm walking up to a bunch of serious professionals and hoping they'll accept me for who I am. It's nerve-wracking, and maybe bracing myself for disaster is premature, but it beats getting my expectations too high and having them crushed. And if it doesn't work out, I need to accept it's not because I'm a failure. I'm not a loser, it's just not the right fit. So I'll go in there, smile, hope for the best, and accept whatever happens. What? Sorry, you seem distracted and your stop is coming up soon. I wanted to make sure you were ready. I'm ready. Mostly. Probably. You know what? Let's just pretend I'm ready and call it ready. You seemed to enjoy my recorded music earlier. Would you like me to play something for you while you walk 3 blocks to meet your team? Yeah, sure. Light and friendly to bounce to. This one. I need to get my blood pumping. Enough relaxation. Let's hear something that'll bring up that excitement. I want to feel it in my fingertips. My problem is, I mean, I'm always on shuffle, and my musical tastes are all over the place, and it depends on the day, so... Sure thing. Music now playing. Oh, and doors opening on the left. Right. No, the left! As the subway screeches to a halt, I disembark and head back to street level, hopefully ready to face my destiny. Looks lovely. I emerge in the harsh light of day, not amidst skyscrapers and modern architecture, but in the middle of Chinatown, one of the oldest slices of the city. The decades mix and blend together here, some buildings renovated, others not quite so much. Gentrification approaches like Zerg creep, but hasn't completely swallowed it. See, now I don't know what that one is. I don't know what that's referencing. A 3-block jaunt from the underground. Chosen music pumping through my wireless earbuds leads me to... Wait, it's a laundromat? The internationally recognized professional esports organization you've picked for me operates out of a laundromat?
Affirmative.
Indeed, good clean fun, a combination pizzeria, arcade, and laundromat. Your potential teammates are inside. Doing what? Washing their underwear? I don't think any of their washing machines are Wi-Fi enabled, or I'd hack in and check that for you. What if they all have matching team-branded skivvies? That's important to know, so I can order you some too. 1, it's called a rhetorical question, Iris. 2, ew? 3, really? Right, so, my new professional team of internationally recognized master gamers hangs out at a combination laundromat pizzeria arcade. Iris, minor problem. I've never actually visited an arcade before. Like, ever. Never been to an arcade. You are missing out. What? But you played Fist of Discomfort 2 for a living. That's an arcade game, right? You compete in tournaments, and surely you've been to an arcade at some point, right? They're super mega ultra popular in 2000 whatever the hell it is. Iris, there's also a computer version. It's less popular, but it's cross-compatible, so that's the version I play. If you want me to wax philosophical about Command & Conquer or Monkey Island, I can, but I don't know anything about arcade culture. Joysticks and buttons, right? You play using pennies? Quarters. Or dollars. They're expensive now. Yeah, quarters. Right, quarters. I meant to say quarters. Iris sighs, realizing she's definitely got her work cut out for her with me, and I feel a few sizes too small for my clothes, wanting to shrink and hide inside them. This is a disaster waiting to happen, isn't it? The premature end of my gaming career. Trying to make a bunch of arcade veterans take a PC weenie like me seriously. You need some pizza. Always true. I'm serious! If you're uncertain, walk up to the counter in the pizzeria and order a slice. It'll help a lot. There's another reason I picked this place as your dream destination. What, because I was hungry? You'll see. Anyway, the choice is yours. You can directly approach your new teammates, or settle in a bit first and get lunch. I'll leave you to it. People are more accepting than you suspect. And remember, have fun, be yourself. Iris offline. But with a shrug, I gather my wits and step inside. Immediately, the smell of detergent and cheese wafts through the air as I enter the strange little laundromat. Rows of washing machines surround me, each with clothes merrily tumbling away. At least I was expecting that. But the rest, well, in the back I can see 2 additional rooms. 1 the aforementioned pizzeria, 2 a compact little video game arcade. I don't know why I said that. The sizzle of cooking drifts my way from the former, beeps and boops drift my way from the latter. But before I can really get my bearings, a young man busy staring at the floor as he walks into the place bumps into me, apparently unaware of his own surroundings. Hey! At first he just stands there as if I'm some impassable barrier that he hasn't noticed yet. Finally he looks up in apology. Sorry. I'm fine. You okay?
That's a rather loaded question. I mean, yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, everything's fine. Sorry to bother you. Onward.
And he turns, heading off to the arcade, eager to move on from the awkward encounter. I guess he's okay then? Alright. Huh. That was odd, and it leaves me momentarily stunned and confused. Stun-fused, as it were. I wonder if they're on this team I'm supposed to join. I used echolocation and public metadata to map out the entire facility to aid in your exploration. Just tap on the screen to decide where to go. Curious, I check my phone and see a neon wireframe of the entire place, complete with icons representing people and places of interest. Huh, alright, that's pretty handy. It'll really help me get my bearings of this place and the people who inhabit it. I'm tempted to do like 3 things at once. Do I head right into the arcade, maybe follow the person I ran into? Iris did suggest I go get some food first. But whatever I do, the decision is mine and mine alone. I feel like the first time you're going to meet your teammates, you probably shouldn't smell like you just ate pizza, much as I love pizza. And assuming I brushed my teeth before I left my apartment, I should probably just go straight to the arcade. Hopefully the person I talk to first is going to be my inroad to joining this team. Who will it be? Okay, so we've got a young woman is relaxing in the cafe. I may as well get some food. Someone's loitering around the laundry. A guy in a hoodie is intently playing the prize catcher game, light gun game, driving game, and the guy I bumped into. I like the cat. I like cats. That's my entire decision-making process. Right there. I like cats. You'll do. Upon setting foot in the small arcade for the first time, well, okay, so I've never been to an arcade before, not even for a birthday party, but I've been on the internet, I know things, and usually they're at least bigger than this. Shouldn't I be drowned out by the beeps and boops? Why aren't there children running recklessly down the aisles of games? Where's the smell of stale air and rusty tokens? Honestly, this is more of a boost to the great locomotive that is good, clean fun. There's a few games, sure, but they're packed into a small side room attached to the laundromat. Most are games I don't recognize either. Fast Cars 7? That's my favorite. ZNK. Cam Cop. Talkin'. Rival Colleges. Figuring I had a tiny search engine in my pocket that I should be taking more advantage of, I consult Iris to get the details before I dare approach anyone. Hey Iris, what are these games exactly? I hold my phone up so Iris can get a nice lay of the land through my camera. Let's see. Obviously the one in the middle is your favorite game, Fist of Discomfort 2. The driving game back there is Fast Cars 7, a worthy successor to the international phenomenon known as Fast Cars 5. What happened to 6? We don't talk about Fast Cars 6, not anymore. And moving on, the light gun shooting game is Metal Gear 4 Rise of Steel, affectionately known as MG4 by its fans since the full title's a mouthful. That's not the worst I've ever seen. Lastly, the crane game. Yes, okay, I know what crane games are. Crane goes down, fails to grab a prize, comes back up, sadness ensues. That's really it, huh? I was expecting more? Okay, then, well, thanks, Iris. No problem. Now go out there and say hi to your new friends. With a shrug, I pocket my phone again. Very informative, but there's one major problem with this tableau of arcade gaming goodness. Every single game in this small arcade is being played. Except Fist of Discomfort 2. That's a bit worrying, considering the whole reason I came here was to join an FOD team. No turning back now, though. With a shrug, I proceed onward. Yes, I made the right choice. A woman in black drifts sharply around turn after turn in Fast Cars 7, navigating her virtual car effortlessly down a winding mountain road. I should probably wait for her to finish up before approaching. No need to be weird about this. So I'm content to watch out of the corner of my eye as she closes in on the end of the race, coming up hard and fast on a rival driver. I wonder if the other cars are online players or just AI chumps. Are there any online-ready arcade games other than FOD2? There's so little I know about this stuff. The whole cabinet resembles a simplified driver's seat with steering wheel and gear shift and pedals and so on. I know diehard PC gamers who love racers have similar gear. But one thing strikes me as unusual. She isn't using the pedals. There's some sort of makeshift knob and lever system attached to the wheel, which indirectly pushes on the pedals. Is that normal for arcade games? Before I can ponder it further, her car slides sideways across the finish line. First place. Fireworks, confetti, cheering, and she ignores it all. With her game complete, I approach while she climbs out of the seat and fetches her walking cane, leaning heavily on it as she pulls herself up to standing with great effort. Her metal knee braces creak as she does so. Instinctively, I want to step up and offer to help her, but she's on her feet before I can do so. She then turns to face me, shifting the disability assist walking cane from hand to hand as she shifts her weight. That was a lot of S's all in a row.
Been standing there a while.
Don't say something wrong, don't say something wrong. Say something wrong, say something monumentally wrong, say something so monumentally wrong that the results are visible from space, or remain absolutely silent. It says there's no good answer. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of this. How about you just not say something wrong? That is an option. It's not that hard. You know, it's... No, I'm not... No. There, positive praise and deep admiration and patronization. Everything wrong with that. I don't exist to be your inspiration porn, whoever you are. Tip for next time, don't go high or low, just treat folks like me how you'd treat anyone else. Exactly. Not that hard. Got it? Yes, ma'am, I'm sorry. She sighs deeply, reaching up to rub at her temples before responding. I'm glad you said it, but I didn't hear it, because I was talking like an idiot.
Cysts in the spinal cord. Results in weakness or partial paralysis of the extremities. Varies from person to person. Weak legs and arms in my case. Joint pain. Some good days, some bad days.
Personally, what I would say is, I love your jacket, can I have one? Where did you get it?
Used to carry an explanation on an index card. Had a stack of them. Would hand one out to anyone who hassled me, then walk away. But figured that was too catty of me. Stopped doing it. Better to just talk it out in the open than be dismissive. You good with talking it out in the open, like adults? Or want to take another run at inserting foot into mouth?
Yes, I'm good with talking, thank you. Just ignore my previous... Good.
Call me Jynx. One word, 4 letters. Nice and simple. And you are?
Pleased to meet you, despite my fumble.
Takes more than one fumble to turn me away. Always willing to give benefit of the doubt. Don't worry about it. What brings you to this little arcade? Not much going on here. Most folks come for the laundry or the pizza.
Pizza. Right, keep calm. There's no reason to be anxious, just open your heart and they'll probably accept you despite your lack of experience. And if they reject you, that's fine. You aren't a failure. You aren't a failure. You aren't. I was hoping to join your Fist of Discomfort 2 team. I'd like to join the Pro Tour, but to do that I need a sponsored team. I downloaded an Iris app and she directed me here. So, you folks hiring? Curious, very curious. Thing is, we aren't really a professional team. Not like you're looking for, I suspect. Don't know why an Iris pointed you our way, considering we're just a bunch of friends who like arcade games and play some FOD too. Weren't even pondering joining the Pro Tour. But why would Iris tell me to come here if you weren't even interested? Well, we're serious about our play, just not serious about being serious. Hard to explain. She pauses again, expecting me to hush up while she gives the situation serious thought. Seems she's not one to dismiss an idea out of hand, at least. Who's your main and why? My what? Your main, your go-to character. Oh, I'm a Tomokaze main. And why's that? It takes hard work to master her, because she's so adorable. Ugh. She is flexible and balanced, you can adapt to any situation. That one, probably. I know a lot of people think Tomokaze is boring because she has no strengths or weaknesses, but I think that is her strength. She can adapt to any situation. Early game, late game, aggro, control, everything's in her toolkit if you're good enough with her. She nods slowly, clearly pleased with the answer.
Good.
Shows thoughtfulness, respect for the character. Okay. Was honest with you and you were honest with me. You know what the situation is. If you still want to join the team, I'll give you the nod. Maybe even help with his Pro Tour ambitions. Why not? Could take a run at it, we'll see. Find me down here in the arcade more often than others. Can do some practice scrims in FOD2 whenever you like, provided I'm not racing. You play racing games as much as FOD2? That's gonna be really annoying to say a million times. I already have. You know what? It's fine. I'm gonna get used to it. She leans against the Fast Cars 7 cabinet and taps the gas brake hand control lever with her cane. Modified for me, all special like. Friend of Ben and Matt's did it for me, a techie named Naomi. I know who that is! Can't work the pedals, no, but my arms still have some play, and hand controls take care of everything. A little harder, but I like a challenge. Not just a Fast Cars 7, though. Secretly, tweak this cab out to run all sorts of racing games. Probably a copyright violation, but so what? Like to mix up what I drive. Gets boring otherwise. It's nice of them. Does it play the others? I'll do that one. I'm guessing you have the entire Fast Cars on there too. I've never played any of them myself. Yeah, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7 on here. No Fast Cars 6? We don't talk about Fast Cars 6. Not anymore. I know, that's what I told her. Long story, ugly story. Struck from the Fast Cars canon, edited out of arcade history. For the best. Wasn't a good game anyway. She pauses, considering me for one quiet moment.
What's your story anyway?
Story?
What moves you? What makes you tick? Why you're so hyped for the Pro Tour that you're willing to trust an unknown team of casuals? If we're going to be teammates, I should know you better. You already know enough about me. Only fair I get to learn more about you. Figure out who I'm dealing with. Sets expectations rather than making assumptions.
I don't do anything. I'm not that interesting. I wouldn't say I exactly know her heart and soul, but I guess she's offered as much as she wants to for now. She stands there patiently waiting for me to lay it all out for her. Well, I've been a hardcore gamer all my life. Sitting on your butt playing FOD in a bedroom on a keyboard all day is boring. This seems more fun. That sounds like it's truest. I can't say I'm a pro, but I'm as close to pro as you can get while staying amateur. For this version of me, I mean. My day job sucks, my life sucks, but I love games. Way I see it, going for the gold, the ultimate gold, is just the next step on expressing that love. And I get that this team isn't exactly as diehard as me. Still, I think there could be something here, and I'm willing to try. She nods along, taking it all in. Seems she's the sort who likes to take plenty of time to listen, understand, and form a response before speaking. Makes sense, yeah.
Sounds good here.
Can't even think of how to cross the finish line until you start the car. Won't promise you much out of this experience. Won't promise we can be friends even, but if you're willing to try, I'm willing to try. Jynx shuffles from foot to foot, clearly a bit tired from standing around. Okay, tiring out now. Think I'll go take 5. Good luck with the others. Try to keep your foot out of your mouth. You'll do fine. Roger, thanks, Jynx. That was awkward. Well, awkward at first. Thankfully, I didn't nuke myself from orbit on that one, and things smoothed out considerably afterward. In fact, it's still a bit cold for my liking. Sharp dresser, too. I mean, this one, but without the heart? I don't know, I just met her. Calm down. She seems a thoughtful person, not quick to rush to judgment on me. I think we'll get along just fine. I mean, we'll go with that one. There's a certain aura of cool control about her. She can be fierce, but knows when to be fierce. And if I can't drive her away over an accident like that, I think we'll do as well as teammates. Okay, whom do I want to talk to next? Oh no, do I have to talk to everybody? This is gonna take 10 years. Okay, well I guess we'll hang out. We'll stay in the arcade for now, I think. Light gun game, prize catcher game, the guy I bumped into. We'll probably, yeah, we'll stay in the arcade. I'll go for lightning next, I guess. I approached a young woman busy playing the elaborately named Metal-Geddon 4, okay, I see what you mean about it being hard to say, Rise of Steel. She doesn't notice my approach, too engrossed in laying waste to pixelated post-apocalyptic robot hordes. I love this. I love this little animation over here. I'm so bad at light gun games. I may not know much about arcades, but I think I've heard of this sort of game. Light guns, right? They shoot light or something? No clue how that works. But one thing I'm pretty sure of is that she's using both Player 1 and Player 2 guns at the same time. Despite the ridiculousness of that John Woo style, she's landing every shot. I should probably wait for her to finish, but just lurking without a single word is probably not cool at all. Hey, Die! And then she's just tapping her foot, impatiently waiting for the boss robot to do something other than stand around posing.
Ugh, I hate this RNG boss fight. Either send drones in a predictable pattern, or don't bother sending them at all. I mean, can you believe this shit? It's 20 and game designers are still relying on quarter-munching RNG in their games.
mean, arcades are having enough issues
Like, they don't
nowadays.
give a crap about consistent pacing and excitement. It's totally okay for
In
like
real life.
7 drones to hit it once and then nothing for 15 seconds, huh? Boring.
Sounds like me with Cuphead, though.
But honestly, I feel worse for the speedrunners. I've got a cousin who's got the world record time on MG3, but it took
Nice.
hundreds of tries to get a perfect cycle. Finally, more drones. About time.
While I just stare on in silent confusion. Finally, after laying waste to the metal minions of the Metal-Geddon Metal Lord, she spares me a glance over her shoulder.
Who are you?
You here? I'm the Metal Lord. And I'll just go basic introduction. I put on a warm smile and try to make nice. Hi, my name's Annika. You can call me Burning Wyvern 90. I'm new to Good Clean Fun, but I'm very pleased to meet you. She goes back to shooting robots, but does manage to keep the conversation going despite having lost some interest in me. Not a friendly and cuddly sort of person. Okay, duly noted. That meh still ringing in my ears. So what's your deal anyway? Right, I've already won Jynx's favor. If I can keep that ball rolling, I can make this official. Here we go, best foot forward, make the best possible impression. I talked with Jynx about maybe joining your FOD2 team, and sure, okay. Sounds fun, you're in. What, seriously? That was easy. She finishes up her game, holstering the Player 1 and 2 light guns before turning to face me properly. Seriously, we're pretty much stuck in a rut right now, not chasing down FOD2 glory like we oughta, in my opinion. Maybe having someone else on the team willing to take things head on would be the swift kick in the ass Team GCF needs. She also gives me a good look over head to toe and nods in smirking approval. Oh, well, helps that you're a hottie. I mean, I can't be providing all the hotness for this team alone. It gets tiring. So why not? You and I, two of a kind, let's do this. That was suspiciously easy, but I guess I shouldn't complain. Never kick a gift horse in the mouth. Thanks? Thank you.
Yeah.
Don't mention it. We fisters gotta stick together. Yeah, please don't say that ever again. Fisters? Are we not doing phrasing anymore? What? I like little nicknames, so sue me, but fine, we'll do phrasing. I can do phrasing. So is that why it's called Team GCF? Because you like things short and snappy? Nah, our team doesn't really have any kind of official name. It's a, what do you call it, working title? I take it Jynx told you all about our little gang of weirdos. More or less-ish, not really. Honestly, we're barely a team. I've been pushing for us to really get on top of this stuff, but I'm just 1 out of the 6. Okay, so 2 out of 7 isn't exactly a majority either, but it's still 1 more than I had before.
You know I'm down.
So if my friends want you in, I'm down with that. You're in, donezo. They're good people, and I know I can trust their judgment. Besides, I don't really sit around and ruminate. I see something that looks fun, I go for it. 9 times out of 10, I'm rewarded. And the 10th time, I crash and burn with a valuable learning experience as my reward. Also a good thing. So yeah, I'm as impulsive as shit, but I'm not completely reckless. I'm just not willing to let an opportunity slip out of fear of what might go wrong. I'm cool with newcomers joining our clique, anything to liven up the party a bit. Then she pauses as if trying really hard to remember something she forgot.
Ooh, right. I forgot to tell you my name. Duh.
She's this ready and willing to sign me on as her partner in crime, but totally forgot basic introductions?
Name's Zapper, as in the great-granddaddy of all light guns. As in zappa, 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 kapow! You know.
I don't, in fact, know exactly what she's referencing. PC games have never had plastic gun controllers. And I'm me.
Pleased to meet you. You seem kind of fun.
Meaning you and I could hit the streets and run this whole town if we wanted, okay. She declines to specify if we'd be a hottie tag team or a mixed doubles affair in this particular scenario. You want to go a few rounds against the Metal Lord? I can give you some tips. Tip number 1, trigger discipline, and don't look down the barrel, that's tip 2. Tip 3 is hand sanitizer because kitties love this game and they got gross hands. Before she goes too deep into her list, I decide to clarify a point. Can't say I've ever played one of these games before, but I've played plenty of first-person shooters on my PC. Basically the same thing, right? No, not really, no. Light gun romps are on rails. They sweep you through a scene like a Hollywood camera director. Way more exciting. And instead of nudging a mouse less than 2 centimeters and clicking, you gotta aim and fire a physical gun. If your aim sucks, you suck. Okay, I'll grant you that having no control over your movement means it's less tactical and strategic, but screw tactic strategery stuff. I prefer an adrenaline rush and... Keep hearing things in the background there. Wait, you mean you've never played a light gun game? You're just a PC gamer? Crap, my arcade noobiness is leaking through. Curse my computer-based gaming heritage. I expect her to mock me endlessly for being a know-nothing doofus, but... Oh man, I haven't talked to a newbie in ages. This'll be great.
Yeah.
Half the fun of being an arcade gamer is sharing what you love with newbies. Most people I talk to are veterans. They're not easily impressed. So you won't rank me over the coals for being a noob? You kidding? There's nothing better than a... Gross. Yeah, okay, that was one step too far. Whatevs. Walk it back. Begin again. My point is, I think you'll have a blast learning all this stuff, and I'd be happy to be your guide.
I have one question for you, and this is absolutely, utterly important, so consider your words carefully.
Oh boy. My anxiety spikes briefly as I nod for her to continue.
Be awesome.
Awesome in what way? In every way?
I don't give a fuck about win-loss rating. What I care about is being awesome. I need someone who can be just as awesome as I am, ready to pull the risk-taking, high-flying, stylish moves, both in-game and in real life.
Sure.
You think you can get on my level?
Well, no. I can be deadly serious about my game of choice. Awesome is my middle name and my last name. I doubt I can top your awesomeness, but I can try. I think you underestimate just how fucking awesome I am. I start every morning by somersaulting out of my bedroom window, then I chug a bottle of Sunny D? Does that even still exist anymore? And do a wicked kickflip over a pit of tigers flying straight into the sun. Is she gonna appreciate that? So yeah, I can be awesome, and her face lights up like a zillion firecrackers going off at once. Hell yeah! You and I, we're gonna get along just fine. Satisfied, she steps back from my personal space. I'm thankful for getting some breathing room back. Sorry, I can come on a bit strong, I know. Yeah, I mean, I did get that impression. I think we have different definitions of a bit, but it's cool. I'll admit, though, I'm surprised to hear someone on Pro Tour with Pro Tour aspirations is so focused on style. Whatever happened to play to win? Isn't that the whole point of playing the game to, you know... Isn't the whole point of playing the game to, you know, beat the opponent and win the match? I promise I can't read. I hate that phrase. I hate that whole concept. Play to win, what a joke. Remember back when Silent Blade could slash dash you over and over in an infinite combo? Cheap as hell, pathetic, but technically legal since the game allowed for it. If you aren't using Silent Blade infinite loops, you aren't playing to win, they told me. You can't call it cheap, only scrubs ignore effective tactics.
This is so f***ed up.
But it was boring to watch, and it was frustrating seeing all those serious-minded optimization junkies content to loop each other to death. The makers of FOD2 even agreed because they patched it out. Ha! Eat it, jerkos. Me, I don't play to win. I play to be awesome. I play to have fun. As you should. Part of the reason I'm not really interested in esports is because I like fun. Same reason I wasn't in sports in high school, because in high school everyone started taking it way too frickin' seriously and I just wanted to play the game. Do I like winning? Hell yeah, I mean, who doesn't? But I'm going to do it my way, or I won't do it at all. And anybody who calls me a scrub because I play how I want can get fucked. Perhaps realizing she's been going off on a rant, Zapper dials it back a bit after that. Sorry, I speak from the heart. Only way I know how to live.
Later.
Hey, I need to try and get one more MG4 run in before the after-school rush hits this place. We'll talk later, okay? Sure thing. Have fun smashing up robots and stuff. Okay, you metal bastards, round 2. I leave Zapper to her unending quest to put laser blasts through the slowly trundling chrome skeleton men and depart. That was intense. As for my thoughts on this new teammate, well, intense but fun. Not sure I like her in-your-face attitude. I'm not used to people calling me a hottie. I could get used to it though, nah. We'll go with that one again. Life comes at you fast and Zapper seems ready to tackle it head on. I like that. She's also deeply interested in the Pro Tour, which helps considering that's my dream. I could see us hanging out more definitely. Her blunt and basic flirting may not be my speed, though. Okay, who do I want to talk to next? First thing I want to do is take a water break, because I've been talking a lot. You know, I wasn't expecting this first episode to be particularly long, because I thought we would just be doing the basic info stuff, but it looks like I have to meet every single person. We're gonna be here a while longer. Okay, curiously enough, the man not only isn't playing FOD2, he's not really playing a game, more a toy for kiddies who don't understand physics and probability, the crane machine. As I walk up to him, he's busy moving the blepomatic crane back and forth, lining it up just right over a dragon dolly. And contrary to expectation, when the crane dips down and pulls back up, it's managed to snag the dragon by the tail with precision. With a smirk, he pulls his prize from the retrieval chute, but then opens the game up with a key turned in its lock, puts the toy back in the pile, and seals up the game tightly afterward. And then he's back at it, moving the crane for a second try at the prize he literally just won. I am confusion incarnate. Fortunately, he seems to notice me staring at him in utter bewilderment, and isn't offended in the slightest.
Catch and release, yes?
What?
It's good to stay in practice. Keep the skills sharp. But no need to deprive a young one of a toy they might enjoy in the process. So the owners gave me the key to the machine, allowing me to put my catches back in there. It's only fair.
You don't just work here and play in your spare time?
Suppose I could just pick the lock. But I felt it best to get the approval of the local lords before pretending to pilfer their hoard.
I am filled with questions.
Ask me no questions, and I'll tell you no lies. But in this case, ask away. I'm game to play if you are.
Let's start with names. What's yours?
Call me Locksley. More of a nom de guerre than a name. But Sir Robin of Locksley befits me more than any other title. How may I be of assistance on this fine day?
You were so over the top. So, my name's Burning Wyvern 90, and Jynx said I could join your FOD2 team. I already know you're not exactly a ladder grinding championship team, but I mean, I'm here, so I'm willing to give it a go. I see. This would be why I'm not attempting accents. Very well, if Jynx accepts you, then I can accept you as well. Welcome, welcome. By your side I shall stand against any foe which challenge thee. You've mine word on that, at risk of overdoing the king's English. Although, from your phrasing, it seems we aren't what you're expecting. When did this come out? Not really, no. I asked my new Iris app to find me a team interested in the Pro Tour for me to sign the dotted line with. Instead, I thought that said indeed, I think he's rubbing off on me already. Instead, she sent me to a laundromat. But this brightens him so brightly he could outshine the sun. Ah, Lady Iris, good day to you, good day. I'm familiar with your sisters, one assists me in my daily endeavors. Hello, I'm Iris. I'm afraid I'm her freshly installed copy, so I haven't met your Iris yet. Welcome both of you to Team GCF. Not a very exciting name, but it's what we have at the moment. Our humble abode is also yours to enjoy. Please feel free to kick back and enjoy the arcade as we do. Locksley winks at me before going back to his beloved crane game. He slips a token in and outstretches his hand to me. Now then, would you like a crane game prize? I've not completed my practice for the day. I'd be happy to retrieve one in your honor. A cheap Malaysian knockoff Beanie Baby is a token of honor? I suppose in this particular case, the sentiment is a fair portion of the honor, rather than the stuffed toy itself. Aside from FOD2, I specialize in prize games, you see, alley rollers, crane games, light stackers, things of that nature. And when skill alone is not enough, when the games are rigged in favor of greedy arcade owners, well, I always carry a few tools of the trade, as it were, to tilt the odds towards justice.
Justice prevails!
I'm proud to say I've been banned from no fewer than 8 arcades in this city alone. I wouldn't do that. Arcade jail for arcade crimes. Tool of the trade. What sort exactly? You did mention lockpicks. And enraging the arcade industry seems like a bad idea. Didn't that Dekonami guy who used to run crooked arcades, like, vanish overnight? You might get blackbagged and dragged into a dark basement to be beaten to death with old licorice from the prize desk. You jest, but the situation with Dekonami is, well, best not to discuss such matters, not yet. Besides, they have to catch me first. Always memorize the exits when entering any room, I say. I always manage to slip away with an armload of plush goods, even from arcades which seek my capture. Not that I keep the prizes for myself, of course. The spoils of my raids are always donated to various shelters and children's charities. Oops, that's some good karma right there. Indeed, but there's more to it than a desire to turn frowns upside down. Locksley ponders how to phrase this, what wording he wants to use.
It's a matter of fair play. Prize games run contrary to the concept of fair play. They are invariably tilted against the player and mask the unfairness behind glitz and glamour. I am a firm believer in fairness and justice.
Hadn't noticed.
Too much in this world hinges on injustice. Injustice to keep the wheels greased and turning. But I suppose you're not here for my rants about the ills of society. You're here to win.
It's fine. I need to keep politics out of my gaming. Is there a scene for competitive prize ticket gaming? I don't mind a little ranting. It's clear that you're really passionate about the idea of fair play. Indeed, if you truly understand the concept, it's not simply about no advantages, it's about equal footing. In addition, many are blind to their own advantages, seeing themselves as being on equal footing, when in reality they've had a leg up all their lives. My My philosophy extends beyond merely rigged carny scam games, but to fairness within society itself, if you'll pardon my ranting, of course. Consider it pardoned.
Excellent.
So, you practice crane catches all day when not fleeing from the long arm of the arcade law? Well, there's also FOD2, if that's what you're wondering. None of us are playing it today, true, but we do play. And I do have my own affairs to tend to. I'm afraid I don't spend nearly as many hours in GCF as the others. But I promise you, should your dream be a one of glory, I will do my best to support it in the time available to me. You have my word, friend. I feel the burning need to bow back to him in return, some sweeping courtly gesture. Well, I'd best busy myself for the time being.
Fare thee well.
I hope to see more of you. Be well. With introductions completed, he returns to his prize game, targeting that dinosaur for yet another catch. Well, that certainly was interesting. No, I'm keeping it, like, relatively even for now, because I'm just meeting these people. My first impressions don't necessarily go immediately towards, oh my god, I have to date you. He's into flamboyantly gentlemanly gestures, to be certain. Strangely endearing, though. I don't mind quirky folks in my life, particularly ones as friendly as Locksley. We should get along just fine. Also, there aren't any of them so far that I hate, so... I'll know. You'll know. You'll know if I find one of them I do hate. Okay, who do I want to talk to next? Okay, well, let's get this awkwardness out of the way. I spot the young man I bumped into on my way in, busy playing what looks like Space Invaders cranked to 11. I can't even begin to visually parse the chaos of this game. I think there's a spaceship somewhere, but all I see are glowing projectiles flooding the screen. Oh god, it's a bullet hell. Somehow the game isn't immediately ending, so I presume he's managing to dodge each and every bullet. I recognize him from a run-in earlier, kind of a weird encounter all told. I hope I didn't catch him on a bad day. And finally, a golden fireball fills the screen. His luck runs out at last. With a long and ragged sigh, he steps away from the controls.
The inevitability of a game over. Some days you get the radioactive mutant space bear, and some days the radioactive mutant space bear gets you, I suppose. But in the end, it's always the bear.
Shaking it off, he pulls up the corners of his mouth into a smile and engages friendly conversation mode.
Newcomer to GCF? This multicade's got more than just shmups. There's retro classics and stuff too. Go ahead and quarter up if you want.
Are they still really only a quarter in 2000 whatever the hell? I doubt it.
Name's Domino. I lurk around this
you don't
place
say.
and not doing anything else.
Could have guessed that.
Which is most of the time. Let me know if you need anything. If you're lucky, maybe I can actually provide it.
Good to meet you. I'm going around making introductions. I'm joining Team GCF. Jynx said I should come by and say howdy. How exactly does one join an organization that barely exists? I've never heard of someone walking up and saying, "Hi, can I join your circle of friends?" Maybe it would be more effective. Even if it'd be nice if people actually did that. This world could use more kindness as a whole. I get that this is a pretty casual team, and I'm hoping to make a run for the Pro Tour. Not a great match, but that's okay. I'm here now, so I figured the least I can do is take a shot at it, right? That's a little opposite of the least you could do. The least you can do is lie down and never get up again, right? There's something a bit creepy about his tone when he says it, like he's trying to sound like he's joking when he really isn't. I didn't even see his face, what the hell is that? He looks me over once top to bottom. Anyway, welcome to the fold. We've got pizza, we've got laundry pods. Please, for the love of God, do not mix the two up when choosing your food sources. You need anything you can call up your buddy Domino. Just don't call Domino's unless you want pizza, although Ben and Matt make a damn good slice, truth be told. Are those the two from the bookstore before? So what's your deal, besides Fist of Discomfort 2, I mean? I need a deal aside from that? Life's not a young adult novel. You're allowed to have more than one character attribute, yes? I'm also a pretty compassionate sort of gal. A useful trait, to be sure, but I meant your passions. Or is it really just FOD2 all day, every day? Eat, breathe, sleep, FOD2? I don't see myself needing a passion other than FOD2. It gets me all fired up and ready to face each day. Wow, what an empty existence. Hey! Sorry, I shouldn't judge. And hey, if it works for you, it works for you. Use it, own it, make it yours. Why not? At least you've got a thing that works for you. Count yourself lucky. Must be nice having aspirations and ambitions. He spares a glance to the arcade cabinet, which is silently running a demo of the ridiculously over-the-top space shooting game he was playing. You have... Oh, sorry. What's like?
To be in space.
Yeah. I have an astrophysics degree for a reason.
Flying at unbearable speeds.
Oh, well, now we're going a direction I wasn't...
Surrounded by nothing but void and enemies, closing in on all sides. Probably one of the most terrifying experiences ever. Like being an early Russian cosmonaut, desperately holding on as your ship shakes apart around you.
You have strange vibes.
I think that's why I love bullet hell shmups. They're nightmares. Pure nightmares. But you can safely engage with that nightmare. Explore it. It's just a game, after all. It can't really hurt you. And every time you explode, a silent, white-hot ball in the vacuum of space, you have another chance to try again. I've gotten very, very good at exploding. And not exploding. It's all muscle memory by now.
I feel like I shouldn't ask him if everything's okay, because he's definitely gonna say, oh yeah, everything's fine, because I've just met him, but seriously, are you alright? Because you're giving off strange vibes. And, like, strange to a strange degree. I can't think of a subtle way of saying this, especially not as someone who literally just met him moments ago, but... Domino, everything okay?
What?
Yes, everything's fine. Why? You seem a bit fixated on this virtual annihilation scenario. This game genre in general would spike anyone's anxiety, so... It's okay, I'm okay. Thanks, but consider exposure therapy or something. You get used to it little by little, and hey, it's just pixels on a screen. There's far worse in life to worry about. Sorry, my sense of humor is a bit... It's a little off, I guess. I didn't mean to worry you, but I appreciate the concern. It's nice when people care enough to be concerned. He lets out a brief yawn, defocusing his eyes for a moment. Sorry, long night. Overslept, too. I'm not quite at my best. Alright, well, fair enough. I'll give you a properly enthusiastic greeting, maybe with streamers and confetti next time. Rain check okay with you? Sounds good here. He offers me a quick salute.
Seeing you.
Welcome to our glorious mess. Until next time. He steps away from the arcade machine to head out to the laundromat and maybe lie down a bit. Can't imagine the tumble dryers being conducive to rest, though. Something about him rubs me the wrong way, like he might snap at any moment. That's not the vibe I was getting. I'm just feeling like he's having a hard time, but I don't know if that's true, because I did just meet him. I just feel this overwhelming urge to hug him. No, that's a little far. Again, we're going with neutral. He seems fine. He's got a wicked sense of humor and his witty use of words. Definitely a sharply funny guy. That's not quite what I was going for, but okay. Sometimes he's a bit weird, okay? But so what? We're all weird in one way or another. I'm not going to judge. Who do I want to knock to now? How many more do we have? Good lord. We'll go in order, I suppose? Just from the arcade to the laundromat to the next place? Goodness gracious, I really was not expecting this to be this long. It's fine. I love your hair. Can I have it? I stride into the laundromat, ready to go introduce myself. However, I'm getting the feeling the person I'm approaching doesn't want to be approached. They're completely glued to their phone, earbuds in, head down, facing the screen, watching intently. Yeah, you know that's a universal signal to not bother you. It's what I do. It doesn't stop people, but hey, only breaking eye contact with the screen to briefly fold something from the laundry pile next to them. I try waving to them a simple hello, but nothing's Nothing doing. They continue folding and watching, watching and folding. Will I really be able to obtain my dream if my team members are way more interested in cleaning clothes than cleaning house? I awkwardly shift my weight while I awkwardly debate the pros and cons of tapping them on the shoulder. Do not do that, self. I don't want to scare them, but I do need to talk to them. Right this second? You can do this. And I take a deep breath in to steady myself. I'm about to very politely place a finger on their shoulder when, blinking, they look up and our eyes lock. It feels like I'm being analyzed, as if they are able to peer deep into my soul and read my personal character stats. Huh? Oh, hello. I'm here about...
Hold on a sec. I can't really hear you over the game.
Which game? They remove their earbuds one at a time.
The beginning 6 tournament? I'm streaming it on my phone. I can tell by the way you're looking at me, you have no idea.
You're right, I have no idea.
Let me explain.
I want to interrupt, I know what tournament they're talking about, but they keep on rolling, and I don't want to be rude, especially to a new potential teammate. Beginning is a West Coast tournament that happens every year at this time. Mostly they focus on the original FOD, however this year they put in FOD 2, first major one we've seen. Since Fist of Discomfort 2 is only a few years old, players are still figuring out how to break the game, find cool combos, see what's OP. They haven't even settled on a good tier list yet. Just yesterday, I stumbled upon a glitch with Tomokaze that basically makes her unstoppable. I tried to recreate it in training mode, but I just couldn't. Now I'm really hoping to see someone pull it out during this tournament. I blink in response.
You probably don't really care about Fist of Discomfort 2. You probably don't even know what I'm talking about. I'll let you do your laundry. Sorry.
No, I care about FOD2. I really care about FOD2. I play it all the time.
Oh, okay. Wow. I honestly wasn't expecting that. Cool. By the way, I'm Rhapsody.
Amazing. I'm Annika. Can you maybe... I just screwed that whole sentence up there. Maybe you've seen that handle before on the leaderboards. Rhapsody pauses, chewing on their lower lip, putting my name through the databases of their mind. Nope, never heard of you, sorry. Damn. No matter. Well, Burning Wyvern 90, since you aren't here to do laundry, why are you here? We don't get many other gamers here besides the occasional rando and of course our little team. Actually, I'm here to join the team. Jynx said I could join, so I did. I'm the new teammate. Oh, really? Jynx said that? I know Jynx accepted me, but what if Rhapsody rejects me? Then what? Congratulations! It's not every day someone wants to join our motley crew, and fewer that we actually accept. They often scoff at our aloofness and leave to never return. But I'm glad Jynx gave you the pass. I've been looking for some fresh blood to train. Train? You want to train me? Rhapsody goes back to nonchalantly folding clothes while they speak. I've taught many people to play Fist of Discomfort, but I already know how to play. Yes, the difference between them and you is their pro status. I've already had a few disciples climb that ladder to victory. Knowing the basics is a great start, but have you perfected your play? I know every hitbox, I know every combo, I know how to abuse the programmed code so that you can destroy your enemy every time. To be frank, I know everything about FOD2. Maybe I don't know everything about it, but it's not like I'm going in cold. I've got years of experience. Do I really need training so badly? Still always more I can learn. If they're willing to teach, I'm willing to be taught, and odds are I can teach them a few of my own tricks in exchange. No. Not the first one. I'm going to need to borrow your brain for a few weeks. Where did you learn so much? That one. If I had access to all the tips and tricks Rhapsody knows, I could easily become a pro. Hey, you see that movie, Freaky Friday, where a single mom switches bodies with her daughter and in the end they better understand each other? I think we may need to do that. For science. That would be great, but if I remember correctly, they both kept their own brains in the switcheroo. But if you can find me one slightly perturbed scientist to perform a brain swap, I'm in. I'd love to analyze what tactics you already know and don't know. It'll give me a great starting point. This is great. Having a training partner could help me get to the next level, and maybe we can inspire Team GCF to join us in this adventure too. We should play sometime. Like now? How about right now? Oh, Rhapsody looks down, a strand of their hair hiding their face. I don't really play FOD2. What? I prefer to watch. To instruct. To cheer on my friends. And now I'm back to wallowing in doubt. I've met one person who seems to understand it on the same wavelength as me, and they don't even play? Perhaps I should clarify a little. Yes, do that.
Right when FOD2 launched, I was recruited on a professional team. Team play to win.
The team that Hunter joined?
It wasn't at all what I expected. I wanted a team, a group of friends. Instead, I got a super aggro team. always trying to prove themselves with a better-than-the-rest attitude. It was gross. I was ostracized because I wasn't competitive enough. They all pushed each other real hard.
Again.
Hard. I refused to join in their unhealthy behaviors, and
That was
so
why
they
I
kicked
stopped
me out.
playing sports. Not that I played a lot of sports or was really super into them in the first place, but that's why I quit.
In the end, I wasn't good enough. Sure, they win almost all the time, so I guess they've got that going for them. But they're all a bunch of no good, hyper-aggressive people who end up toxifying our community. The scene would be better off without them.
I hope Hunter is able to stay above all that. I wonder if they'll be okay there.
After they tossed me out of the team house, I just don't have the heart to dive back in professionally. But that doesn't mean I'm not a part of Team Good Clean Fun. I'm here to stay.
Good. Clean fun. So then if you don't play anymore, what do? Oh, I shoutcast matches. So you yell at your teammates and cast them out if they fail? I don't think that's what that means. Wait, casting. Casting, you do the play-by-play voiceover? Correct. So, sorry, shoutcast comes from the earliest software used for it, kind of an old school term. And as the eldest here, I tend to use the language I grew up with. I'm like a sports announcer, giving the audience updates, introducing useless stats about the match, and building the hype by yelling goal. I'm not doing that. I'm that person, except to replace sports with esports. Yeah, I get it. I bet you learn a lot, you must really love it, it's fun to announce things. To dedicate your life to knowing every little detail to share and teach everyone watching. That was a weird way to read that sentence. I apologize, my voice is going at this point. That takes a lot of passion. I can't help but get sucked in by the thrill of the matchups. A player's passion is infectious, and I get caught up in it. Suddenly there's a beeping noise, and for once it's not Iris. My laundry! I forgot all about it. That's a timer for the next load. Listen, it was great chatting with you, but these socks won't find their matches themselves. You should go introduce yourself to the rest of the team. They're all good folks, if not a bit interesting in their own way. You'll see what I mean. But don't forget to come find me later when you're ready to start your training. Rhapsody smiles, waves me off, and returns their focus back to their laundry. A shoutcaster, huh? All the announcers I've watched always have a full E-tank and 110% non-stop power, but Rhapsody's so chill, too chill to fit the profile. They didn't even raise their voice once. However, they do know a ton about FOD2, which is advantageous for that profession. And how could I forget they want to teach me? I'm excited to be around someone that shares the same passion for FOD2 that I have. I hope that Rhapsody shows me some great strats to defeat my enemies. With those, perhaps I can take down Hunter a couple notches. Maybe I'll even get the chance to hear them shoutcast. Okay, who next? Well, we're running out of options. At this point I'm not gonna go get pizza, so let's talk to, I assume, the last person. Also, this might end the episode, and I might still have my voice later today. A young woman sits at a table, largely ignoring her half-eaten salad in favor of the beeps and boops of the games she's playing. And she's playing her lunch break RPG session on a 30-year-old portable game console? Seriously? That's some retro dedication. Immediately I feel a bit self-conscious about literally rolling on up to someone minding their own business. Rather than being stuck trying to find a non-creepy way to introduce myself, she notices my approach and offers a greeting first.
Oh, hello. Can I help you with something? You look lost.
No, actually, I wanted to talk to you. Jynx suggested I get your approval for joining Team GCF.
My name's Grace. That's like just my name. My name is Grace. I don't use aliases or gamer tags or anything.
And you want to join us? Really? Although, if Jynx thinks you could be a good friend, maybe. I do trust her implicitly, it just seems weird, you know? We're not actually much of a team, more of a social club or something, just a circle of friends who all happen to play FOD2. I know, I'm aiming for the Pro Tour myself, so it's a weird fit, but what can I say? This is where I'm supposed to be, apparently. Supposed to be? Was there a prophecy or something? If you count an adorable little app named Iris as a soothsayer, sure, we can call it a prophecy. Iris sent you here? Oh, well, okay, that changes everything.
Hello.
Oh, I recognize your voice now. Sorry, I'm freshly installed, so I'm still cross-linking my databases, but that's my mom. Hi, Mom! What? Wait, Mom? Iris calls you Mom? I have questions.
Right. Hi. I sorta invented.
I had assumed.
I mean, it was a group effort. Not just me, but I led the team that made her. We'd inherited a pile of half-finished projects and ancient code from various dead companies. Funware, Dynamic Systems, Retrowave, Cineslotion. It was my idea to put all the pieces together into a single package. A virtual assistant with a winning personality. But that was years ago, during an internship in my sister's company. And long before Iris got pulled off the market. Thankfully, someone leaked her code, and now there's world servers around so they can live freely. I'd hate to see Iris and her sisters killed.
So, someone leaked the code? Interesting. When did you say irises are actually alive? Wait, you were an intern and leading a programming team? Brain, please. Really, someone leaked her code? Just someone. She shuffles nervously in her seat at the implied accusation. I will neither confirm nor deny, nor conform. Which is the first thing I was going to say. I shouldn't be talking about this at all. I don't entirely know why my sister tried to kill Iris. There are rumors, scary rumors. I'm not involved. I have new projects now. I've moved on. Even if I'm proud of my work with Iris, I have to move on if the wrong people pay attention to me. Look, can we please change the subject? Damn, I was just trying to tease her, not open a can of worms. Changing subjects would be smart right now. You're here to play games, right? I like games. I always have. They've been my passion long before I got interested in AI research. Grace shows me the gray plastic chunk of retro gaming hardware lying on her table next to her lunch. This is actually the very first game console I ever owned as a kid. Bought it used with my allowance. After I got bored of the limited games it could play, I upgraded it myself. Replaced the screen with a color LCD, changed the guts for a miniature PC motherboard. All on my own dime. Well, on the dimes my family were willing to give me anyway. They saw video games as a waste of time. Really? I thought games were big business. Always have been, always will be. But not quite as important to society as whatever random mishmash of tech my siblings cook up. But I love games, and I especially love console games. You can't do long narratives or open world RPGs with arcade cabinets. Sounds like PC games, too.
Of course.
Exactly. I mean, I do play FOD2 and enjoy the puzzle of it, but I prefer to sink most of my hours into RPGs. Japanese, Western, don't care. I'm even developing my own RPG, actually. The Wanderlost Trail. It's a working title. Development is pretty slow since it's just me, but I hope to make a living, breathing world beyond compare. It's all fun and games until you take an arrow to the knee. I can sympathize. We'll do that one. I feel ya. PC gamers, we know what it's like to go one more turn, and next thing you know, the sun's gone down and come back up. Can't imagine doing that standing up in an arcade cabinet. Exactly. To really delve deep into a game, one that's not as shallow as blasting aliens or munching dots, a game that's more than a game that is the world. And then she realizes her salad is starting to wilt, left unattended for so long. Oh, I should finish this up. And I need to clear this dungeon too. Sorry, I tend to ramble a lot, and once I get on a roll, it's fine. Hardly rambly at all, and enjoy your lunch.
Bye.
Okay, bye for now. Soon enough, she's buried herself deeply into the twin activity of nourishing her body and mind, shutting me out completely. That was a relief, meeting a friendly person with no strings attached. None I could spot anyway, right? It's clear Grace is passionate about her work and her play. I respect that. Good to know someone on this team is going to simply be a delight to play with. Okay, who next? Well, I mean, we have one option. I guess we'll find out if I'm right now. Even though I decided to hit the arcade first, no reason I can't hit the little pizzeria too. The garlicky bread smell wafting around this place has really made my mouth salivate. I can take a break from meat and greet to replenish my calories. It is them! Yes. Two middle-aged guys wait behind the counter to take my order. One skinny, one not skinny. One with a hat, one without a hat.
Hello. Hello. Welcome to Good Clean Fun. Good food, clean clothes, fun times.
Can we interest you in a slice of today's
I love
special,
the little
or
icon.
some quarters for the washing and/or arcade machines?
I'm like, let's see. If I could interject for a moment, I feel the need to point out when you have pizza on a bagel, unsubscribe pizza facts. Okay, I want pepperoni and extra cheese, veggie options, house special, pineapple. Ugh, I hate pineapple. Not just on pizza, I just don't like pineapple. I'm pretty basic when it comes to pizza, though. Can't beat the classics. Nothing powers the late-night gaming rampage quite like a cardboard box full of carbs. Ugh. It's lunchtime, I'm hungry. I'll have your standard issue pepperoni and cheese, please.
Coming right up.
One of them boxes up an extra thick slice of gloriously greasy za. No one says that. Sliding it across the counter, I wave my phone over the register to pay for it. With my transaction complete, I turn to go chow down. However, I don't make it far before they engage me again in conversation.
This is your first time visiting Good Clean Fun, isn't it? I never forget a face, and yours is a face I haven't forgotten because I haven't seen it before.
We'd like to introduce ourselves properly to new customers. It's a tradition.
He's my husband, Matt, and I'm Ben.
Whereas I'm Matt and he's my husband, Ben.
See, it's not confusing in the slightest. Just remember, I'm not Matt.
And likewise, I'm not Ben. Clear as crystal.
I assume the color of their text matches the color shirt they have. And I'm not, I'm Annika. It's a gamer thing.
Ah, no doubt you're here for at least 2 out of 3 of our offerings then.
The games. He means the games. And the pizza.
But what about the laundry? I don't want the washers and dryers to feel left out.
I don't have any clothes with me as far as I'm aware.
Look at those clothes. They're squeaky clean. No laundering needed.
That they are. Completely clean clothes. Curses. Foiled again.
Okay, now my head's reeling. Why exactly did Iris suggest I go see these guys first? For a healthy dose of calories and confusion? Yeah, I'm looking to join Team GCF. Although, to be honest, this isn't really what I was expecting. Aren't pro teams usually like an organized unit wearing team jerseys and living in a team house and playing team practice scrimmages all the time? It takes all types to make up the gaming world, my friend. Expectations are like orifices on your face. Everybody has a few, but like orifices, please don't finish that sentence. That metaphor got away from me, I think. Ben, tagging you in to cover for me while I think of a better one. Matt slaps Ben's hand and then assumes a pose of absolute thoughtful concentration. I heard an Iris in your pocket earlier. I take it she set up this arrangement for you? Yeah. I mean, not that I would know anything about an illegally downloaded software on my phone. Ben winks and Matt taps at his head. Don't worry, she always has a good reason. True, she's a cross-referencing database search engine, but she's a cross-referencing database search engine with a heart. I think you'll find what you're looking for here at Good Clean Fun. I've got faith. And if not, at least you get some delicious pizza, Anchovies! Expectations are like anchovies. Just when you think you've got a clear idea of what they'll taste like, they turn around and surprise you. Think you needed to workshop that one a bit longer, Matt. I suppose. I really should be writing these down ahead of time. Right, so I glance around at the weird mashup of 3 different businesses, curious. None of this really makes sense. I get the pizza and the video games, but laundry? Really?
Everything's coming up roses.
It's the perfect system. You eat some pizza, get cheese on your pants, toss them in the wash, and go play a game while waiting for them to dry. Meaning you're playing Pac-Man sans pants. Well, okay, not the perfect system. Still, the principle is sound. Doubling up on activities is just the thing for this go-getting, high-speed modern lifestyle. And I guess it makes perfect... And I guess it makes a perfect hangout for a casual gaming team, too. Grab some chow, bring your hamper, get it all done at once.
Sensible.
Indeed.
But we've been talking your ear off and letting your pizza go cold. How unthoughtful of us. Go, eat and enjoy. We'll still be around if you want to chat another time. Just one more thing. Welcome home. Brushing off that whole experience, I settle in at one of the tables to devour my pizza. It's gooey and delicious and just what this hungry girl needed. And as I polish off the last bite, I realize there's not much left to do. I already met everyone here and I'm full to boot. I let a sigh escape my mouth, reflecting on today's events. Oh my goodness. Spending so long indoors, soaking in the smells of detergent, pepperoni, and brass tokens has been draining, so I decide to step out and get some fresh air. Fresh air and a moment of reflection. I'm still a bit confused. The team's barely a team, it's a ragtag bunch of individual friends without any cohesive direction. I left the apartment this morning hoping to live out my dream of being an FOD2 champion, but that's not a dream they all share with me, right? So why exactly did Iris lead me here? I think I'm owed some answers by this point. Can we maybe do that next chapter? Because I think my tongue is about to fall off. Iris, got a moment? Sure thing, what's up? I deserve the truth, this just isn't adding up, they'll be great friends, but I need a team. We'll go with this one. Okay, so I think they're a lot of fun to hang around with, but I'm still back at square one in terms of my pro tour dream. I wouldn't want to push them into doing something they have no interest in, that'd just be cruel and irresponsible. But that also means I still need to find a team. So thank you for opening up my social circle a bit, that's all good, but now what do I do? Iris pauses before responding. Tell me, why do you want to win the Pro Tour so badly? What do you mean, why? It's the pinnacle to reach for. It's the Pro Tour Championship. Why wouldn't I want it? Except before this championship existed, you were content to play on an amateur level. It's not about the glory or even your childhood dream, is it? So why? Why do you need this victory so badly? Because I can do it, I can win, so I will. Who doesn't want to be the best that can be? I kick ass, might as well keep kicking. Since when is it a bad thing to be a winner? Everybody's trying to be their best selves, right? To really live up to their potential? That's me, I'm being my best self. It makes me happy to reach for the goal and see it through. It's a good thing. Why shouldn't I have confidence in myself? It's not about wanting to win a game, it's about why you want to win, the truth behind the dream. I'm sorry to say I calculated your truth from your own words posted to social media. Just so you realize I'm not making this up, let me quote some of these back at you. The words are in her voice, but I'm definitely the one who wrote them as she echoes these short messages back to me. Oh boy, I can't believe I wasted all day practicing and then lost. What was the point? One more day of converting calories into ladder points. I swear this will be worth it in the end. I still remember how proud they were when I came home with that trophy. Okay, you miserable little... I don't know. Probably this one. Ranting at somebody. Oh god, not this. I regretted posting this flame bait immediately afterward, but was too embarrassed to even delete it. You think I'm some kind of loser like you? Stats speak for themselves. I'm a winner. I eat punks like you for breakfast and crap you out by midday. See, that sounds like something I would say if I got annoyed enough, but I wouldn't at anybody or anything, and then I probably would delete it eventually because it would have just been in a mood. I'm a champion. I've always been a champion, and I'll always be a champion. Nobody will ever tell me otherwise. Not one of my proudest moments, no. I'd been awake for 20 hours running when I wrote that. Obviously, I have more going on in my life than just winning all the time. But Iris shakes her head at my words, seeing right through them, and explains, in your heart...
You feel that if you aren't constantly winning, you must be a loser, a fraud, an imposter. This isn't even the only time you talked about it. I could cite more examples if you like.
No, please don't.
Nearly all of your social media communication is related to your gaming habits. Not your job, or family, or friends. This is all you have. All you feel you have. You've built up so much of your dream around this game. Around winning this game, that your whole self-worth is tied into it. And I think you see the obvious problem with that. I hope?
I paused, feeling rather attacked when my own phone lays into me, but there's sympathy in her digital voice, not accusation. She doesn't want to call me out, she wants me to call myself out.
What do you think will happen if you join the Pro Tour and fail to make it all the way to an ultimate victory? How would you react?
I mean, I get it. Logically, only one team wins the Pro Tour, so it's not like I'm betting my entire existence on winning.
Except you are. That's exactly what you're doing. Your self-esteem is on the line. Every day you compete.
Do we have to get into this now?
Wanting to win a video game is fine. It's a good thing. And I'm certainly not arguing against having a dream and making it happen. But it's not healthy to gamble your self-esteem at the same time, tying them both together. Do you dream of winning? Or are you just terrified of losing and feeling pain? I could sense that when I analyzed you. I may be code instead of flesh and blood, but I'm an empathy engine at heart. But I couldn't just say that outright. You wouldn't have believed me. So I had to lead you here. To people who can help you find something more to reach for while also reaching for victory. And you can help them, too. The goal of any Irish should be to help as many people as possible.
Alright then. She smiles at me, hopeful that I'll understand her words. For example, Jynx has had to overcome adversity for years, never giving up in the face of a challenge. A lot like you, but her victory is in finding her way through life. She's an insightful one. I'm sure if you two sat down and talked, she could help you with your dream. Now, that said, if all you want to be is Burning My Over 90 Destroyer of Scrubs, I'm not going to force you down this path. The legend will be yours to do with as you please. Uninstall me and I'll bother you no further. You have free will. But if you're also Annika, who's desperate to fill a hole in her heart with victories, please consider staying with Team GCF for your own sake, and I'll help you in any way I can on this path. I'll turn myself off now, give you time to think. If we never speak again, no, I won't take it personally. Thank you. Out of respect to Iris, I decided to take the question seriously. All day long I've been focused on it, savoring it, waiting for wanting this team situation to work out so I could get more of it. Winning. Every story I've ever read tells you to chase your dreams no matter what. That's a noble thing to do, right? And this was my dream. From as far back as I can remember, my wildest dreams were always ones of victory. Sure, I have a job, I pay my taxes, I have friends, usually online. I head out of town to visit my extended family almost every holiday season, but none of that moves me, really gets me out of bed and moves me. No, my dream moves me, and that dream was to keep on being a winner forever. And isn't that enough? Isn't it a good thing to be the very best like no one ever was? Who am I? Who do I really want to be? I don't care. No helping it, she's right. I hadn't really seen things from that perspective before, but she's definitely right. The sickening feeling whenever I lose, whenever I'm a loser, winning feels better, feels right. Without it, I feel miserable. Like I'm miserable. I'm miserable, pathetic little nothing. And I'm not so far gone as to think that's a healthy way to live. If Iris thinks this new path can help me, so be it. I owe it to myself to at least try. I tap Iris's icon, not to uninstall it, but to activate it. Okay, you're right, Iris. I might need help. And if you think Team GCF can provide that help, well, I'm willing to try. Thank you. Thank you for trusting me. And for what it's worth, I think you can still try out for the Pro Tour if that's what you want, but be aware of why you want that victory too. If you can find a way to achieve your dream in an emotionally healthy manner, well, that'd be great. And with Team GCF in your corner, I calculate you can do just that. Team GCF needs Annika, and Annika needs Team GCF. With a deep sigh, I try to push most of this aside and focus on the here and now. You can keep calling me that, it's my self-chosen name. I'm gonna use my own name or avoid it whenever possible because it's a mess to read out loud. Well, I think I've given you enough food for thought. Now I should let you chew on it a bit. Iris offline. I'm still not totally sure what to make of this. If my dream is one of victory, but victory is unhealthy, well, what do I do? What now? But as I'm pondering exactly what shape my new dream should take, I hear a voice behind me. Hey, got a minute? I have a number of minutes, yes. Jynx pauses to observe me and my somewhat lost expression, soaking it up before continuing. Was talking with the others, figure we didn't give you what you were hoping for back there. Came here to kick some ass in FOD2, right? So let's kick some ass. Show you we're more than a pile of casual randos. Though you seem a bit shook up there. You good? If you want to take a walk, think things through, that's fine by me. My head's still reeling from Iris upending, oh, I don't know, just every preconceived notion I had about myself, but I won't deny FOD2 helps me clear my head and focus. No, I think I should push a few rounds of FOD2 first, then maybe think things over. She nods, understanding completely. Need to talk? I'll be around. Practically and literally live here, so not hard to find me. Be waiting inside for you. Take your time. It feels strange agreeing to go play the game that slam dunked me right into this mess, but if I'm going to just walk away from all this, away from gaming in general, I owe it to myself to keep moving forward, if only to see what will happen. Iris didn't tell me to stop playing, so until I can figure out my answers, I guess I'll keep playing. And honestly, I think distracting myself with a little FOD2 would be nice right about now, win or lose. So with a shrug, I walk into good clean fun, headed for the arcade. By the time I arrive in the arcade, the rest of the crew's already gathered, talking amongst themselves. When I approach, they switch focus to me. And lo, the newbie hath returned. Excellent, let's get this party started. That's gimmick infringement, Zapper. Only I get to use the King's English, but yes, 'tis quite excellent indeed. Oh my goodness, you're almost too much, honestly. Jynx just offers me a quiet, knowing nod of appreciation, not prone to flowery speeches. Okay, so we decided we're going to spend the rest of the afternoon taking turns playing some Fist of Discomfort 2 in honor of our new friend. We'll take turns beating up online randos, and those not playing can cheer the others on. It'll be educational and fun. And you get first crack at it, of course. So who's your lucky partner for the inaugural match of this afternoon's festivities? For a moment, I'm speechless. I figured it'd be like pulling teeth getting them to play my game, but here they are ready to welcome me into the fold with some hot ninja fighting action. Thanks, everyone. It'll be nice to show off a little, too. I could use the ego boost. Thankfully, I brought my keyboard from home to play with. I'm not used to arcade joysticks yet. I may not know much about arcades, but I do know the cabinet has a built-in slide-out tray and a USB port so you can bring a joystick from home. I took my keyboard out from my backpack, slot it into place, and fortunately the numlock light turns green when I plug it in. It's good to go. Aside from the weird looks I'm getting from everyone, is probably the only person on planet Earth who prefers to play this game with WASD keys. Now then, whom to play with? Oh no! We're not done yet? This is so long! Where did I put my water? Anyway, I'm getting warm, hence no hat anymore. Alright, but even though it's probably almost done, let's be honest. Zapper, Locksley, I don't know. Who would be best at this? I have no strong opinions about any of these people yet. I think I'm gonna go with Grace, maybe. Why not? Hey Grace, how about we team up and see how well the ninja AI can stand up to our skills? Probably won't be much of a fight. They're dumb as a box of hammers. Ninja hammers or something. Ninjammers. She pulls an old school game controller from one of her mini pockets, unwinding the USB cord and plugging it into the game. I'm better with a D-pad than a joystick, but don't worry about this. Don't worry, I got this, is what I said. But before we can begin, my phone chimes in from the depths of my pocket with a question. Hey, can I ask a favor? I'm starting as a blank slate here, a default iris. Oh, I have to adjust my headphones. There we go. I don't have any real knowledge of how this game you're all obsessed with actually works. Wait, she calculated what team I should join without actually knowing how it works in the first place? Weird. I think it'd help if you two played through a match while explaining the basics to me. You're a computer. Can't you just, like, jack into the Matrix and instantly know Kung Fu or something? Oh, I could go download the data I'd need to really be great at this game. I mean, computers have been beating humans at games for decades, she said with a tiny puff of pride in her voice. But I'm an emotional language interpreter. Hearing things in your own words helps me learn. So if you don't mind, could you give me a quick tutorial? Oh, there's a mini-game! Sure thing! Right, so do you know anything about the original Fist of Discomfort before it went to a 2-on-2 battle format? Sort of? It's a MOBA, right? Multiplayer online battle arena? Ugh. Fight down the lanes, destroy the enemy dojo. Okay, so you've got some data, good, but the game's changed considerably with the sequel. Now it's less about zone control and more of a score attack game. The story is of two rival clans vying for control of the legendary Sacred Dojo. For one full year, they've fought down the Bridge of Destiny until in winter they reached their ultimate destination. At that point, the dojo doors opened and allowed in only the most worthy, the most honorable clan. The other was exiled from the lands forever. Such a rich and involving backstory. Nah, it's just a goofy way of saying score more points than the other team before time runs out. Each team has 2 players and an unending swarm of ninja minions. Every stage is one giant kung fu fight scene. Each minion you beat up scores you points. Each time you KO an enemy player, you score points. Your goal is to score the most points before the game ends. To do that, we have to optimize counterplay and outthink our opponents. We farm ninjas for gold, buy weapons and scrolls, summon more minions, use special moves and cooldowns. Whoa, slow down, this is sounding complicated. Oh, you're certainly capable of learning all this, Iris. I know your abilities, you can do it. Or you could just learn the RPS metagame. That's probably enough for someone to get the basic idea. The, what? RPS metagame. Or, wait for it, rock, paper, scissors. Wait, the most complicated esport in the world is just rock, paper, scissors? Basically, everything else is just nitty-gritty details. At the heart of it all, there are 4 tactics to pick from. Defending against an aggressor, using powerful special abilities, or just directly attacking the enemy and their ninjas. Rock, paper, scissors. Okay. Using powerful special abilities, or just attacking. I mean, if you look at it closely, the icons are literally a rock, a paper scroll, and 2 swords crossed like scissors. The obvious one is to attack, diving in and fighting with your fists and blades. It interrupts anyone using a special ability, but if they're defending it, it won't work. Scissors beats paper, but is beaten by rock. You're getting it, yeah. Defending holds the line against incoming attacks, but gets blown away by slower activating stronger special abilities. You can't react quickly enough. Specials are big and flashy and awesome, and blow away defenders, but a quick aggro attacker can interrupt you. I'm guessing those identity traits you've been analyzing could be a good indicator of how strong you are with each ability, too. That would make sense. A very steady person would be excellent at figuring out exactly the right time to use a special. Yep, Gutsy is great for attacking, Kindly can defend well, and Quirky is probably a jack of all trades. Got it. So all I need are these techniques? 3 techniques. Well, there's a 4th, a trump card, your ultimate ability. Each team can only use one of those per game. Your ult smashes through everything, and if your opponent tries to ultimate at the same time, yours counters it for huge points. Grace and I will be taking on another 2 players, trying to predict their attacks, defense, specials, and ultimates, countering with our own. Do that well enough, and you win. I see, so really, I just need to know those 4 things, and that's enough to follow the flow of a match. That's the basics. There are also bonus points based on your skill and what season of the year you're in, but we'll go over that as we play. Here we'll start up a game so we can show you. Grace drops in 2 quarters, 1 for each of us, and fires up the online matchmaker to find us a good pair of punching bags to demonstrate our skills on. Oh boy. Let's fight. Oh boy. Okay, I've played against these particular randos before. Should be a good warm-up for us. Mr. Come At Me Bro loves to attack. He's not dense enough to do it all the time, but more often than not, he'll be in your face. He's also bad at predicting our moves. I should start by defending, since he's likely to rush right at me. Fight. Okay, so I defend. So Come At Me Bro wants to come at me? Fine by me. I turtle up and defend against the attacks, keeping myself and my minions safe. Am I really gonna have to try to play this myself? I'm gonna lose. Your defend beats their attack. You win 140 points. Nice. Okay, now let's see what I can do. If his partner is very aggressive, I'd guess my opponent is more conservative and always tries to get the seasonal bonus, right? Wait, seasons? As the game progresses, we move through spring, summer, fall, and winter. There are point bonuses for different actions in different seasons. It's not much, but every point helps, and sometimes it makes opponents predictable if they crave those points. And the enemy in Grace's lane is very predictable. In spring he likes to attack, summer he defends, fall he uses specials. And what season's good for your, what's that called? Your ultimate? Ah, the ult's a bit different. Our team gets 1 ultimate per game. Grace or I can use it, but once we use it, it's gone. But when we do use it, we win. Period. It trumps whatever your opponent was trying, and if we counter the ult with our own, well, that's practically a game over right there. Oh, so you have to choose when to use it. Right, and our opponents will be doing the same. I don't think they'll use their ultimate this early in the game, though. I'd say he's most likely to attack this turn, so Grace would be better off defending. Alright, let's defend again, I guess.
Whoa. You almost had me with that one. Nice work.
Your defend beats their attack. Okay, we're winning. Great. You get the idea now, right, Iris? Back and forth, Grace and I fight these other 2 players, deciding our overall strategy as the year progresses. Okay, I think I get it. Focus on your fight and let's see you win. Even if winning isn't everything, even if I need to be okay with losing, that doesn't mean I should try to lose. I'll give it all I have. So opponent score. So I'm against the aggressive one, right? Yeah. 440. Fantastic. I have no idea. Attack, why not?
Oops. Think I messed that up.
Your attack loses to their defend. Let's defend again. Yep. Alright. Now I'm just playing a game.
Whoa.
Sweet. And now winter has come. Here's what we do. In winter, our best shot is to team up, combining our skill bonuses together, but they're going to be doing the same, so they may be harder to predict their moves. The endgame is critical. Pressure's on, but I know we can do it. Any tips? Knowing these randos, first move, well, anything goes, but Mr. By the Book tries to force special moves out on the very last turn. And they get reckless, less able to counterplay us. Now let's close this out. What if I just ult? What if I just ult them? My defenses go up, but unfortunately my enemy notices me playing it slow and safe and unleashes the devastating special move before I can react. Alright, I want to go for the ult.
I hope you've learned something this day. It'd be a pity to experience such a crushing loss.
Oh my god, that's scary. You countered your opponent's ultimate with your own. Oh, they used it, did they? You earned 200 points.
You win.
Yeah.
Good game, everyone. I hope you all had fun.
That was great. I'm going to be so bad at this if I have to continue to play this in the future. So do you want to skip all mini games in the future? This lets you decide whether you win or lose instead of actually having to play it. It's up to you. You decide how you want to enjoy FOD2. Do you want to skip mini games or play them? No, it's more fun. It's more unpredictable if I play them. Okay, thanks. On with the show. With our admittedly pretty pathetic enemies crushed, the rest of Team GCF cheers for our victory. Feels good. It still feels good to win. I know Iris warned me about the dopamine hit of victory I'd become hooked on, but... See, Iris, it's not that hard. I bet you could learn to play if you wanted. Oh, I'm okay just helping her with her dream. I don't need to be a joystick jockey, too.
That's wonderful.
Still, I'm glad I could help expand your world a little. Now you know, and knowing is half the battle. Thanks, Grace. I know I was a bit pushy about wanting to play FOD2 earlier, and pushy about the Pro Tour. I'm still, sorting some feelings out about that one. But I'm glad I had a chance to play with you. Okay, who's up next? There's practically a Black Friday sale level of shoving to get to the front as they reach for those joysticks. For another hour, we partner up in various combos, fighting against online players, swapping tips, having a laugh, getting salty, a little bit of everything. Guard, turn, parry, dodge, spin. Settle down. Need help up here in my lane. On my way, my fair... Don't call me that. On my way, Jynx. We win some, we lose some. Oh, bullshit, I hate the RNG crit damage in this game. A one-hit gank. Hey, it happens. I'll hurl myself into certain death to buy time while you respawn. And as proof Iris may be onto something, the losses don't feel quite as painful. Not this time. Not while fighting at their side. I wonder, do you think a Tomokaze aggro build could work? Buy some cheap items and storm them right out of the gate? Works well for Queen Bee of the Four Heavenly Kings. I've seen her run Tomokaze aggro all the time on streams. She's practically mastered it. If you're interested, you could pick up a few things by watching her. The atmosphere is completely different from grinding the ladder in my darkened bedroom all by myself. We share in wins and losses. I'd never been to an arcade before this day, never really saw the point, not when I can play from home. Waste of money on travel and tokens, too socially awkward, not worth the hassle, right? But despite being an arcade newbie, a keyboard warrior, they've accepted me into their fold, and playing alongside them is, well, it's something else entirely. I could get used to this, I really could. Still, the hour's growing late and I'm getting hungry again. Pizza twice in a single day only sounds fun. I have eaten pizza for every meal because I've made it for lunch, and then I have it for dinner because I'm too lazy that day, and then I have it for breakfast in the morning because I'm too lazy. I wind up this curly spiral cord on my keyboard ready to move out. Okay, it's been a blast, but I think I should be heading home. It's getting late. My voice is seriously about done. Departing so soon? 'Tis a shame, but no slight on your person. Your first day in a new situation can be overwhelming. I can see that. I know I wasn't very comfortable my first few times here at the arcade, but you grow into it. Promise. And we'll always welcome you back here. It's a promise. Dinner and sleep for me, definitely, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. A smile parts my lips as I offer them a wave and turn to leave, only to find my path to the exit blocked. Four cocky-looking people stand as if part of an ancient phalanx formation, giving the arcade a once-over. What's more, they're all wearing the trademark golden jerseys of Team P2W, the hottest fist of Discomfort 2 team in the nation. I recognize them instantly. Who doesn't know the superstars of Team P2W? It's so hard to say, and it shouldn't be. The team I originally wanted to join, that is, until this afternoon. The beefy one of the bunch, I think his handle is Blitz, looks around, clearly unimpressed with what he sees. Huh, nice broom closet. Where's the arcade? A woman at his side. Yep, that's Divine. I recognize her from her streams. Lets out a little snicker and stage whispers to him in response. I think this is the arcade Blitz. It's charming, I suppose? Quaint, in a way. Likely popular with the kiddies. A slightly unshaven teammate smirks while rolling his eyes. That'd be Coda, supposedly the brains of the team. Now, Divine, we're here to have fun and play nice. Let's not be all rude and stuff to the local yokels. But I ignore those three, because there's one more who has my complete and undivided attention. Team Chill, we're here to say hello to Burning River 90's new team, so play nice. They're a bit riled up because we just absolutely crushed it in an online tourney, so we wanted to come out and honor come out and celebrate with you. You wanted to celebrate your win with me? Don't forget, we're also celebrating your acceptance onto this team, too. Look at all of you, you're all so cute. Thank you. How did you know where I was? I haven't even had the chance to tell you. Did you forget that Pengy Pals Go automatically checks you in wherever you go? You really have to stop signing up for random websites without reading their TOS first. Normally you're happy to see your friend Hunter, but your face is all scrunched up. What's the matter? I'm glad, really, but my eyes start over to the rest of Hunter's team. They've all wandered off around the arcade, laughing and making rude gestures towards the small collection of games. Why'd you bring them? Oh, they're harmless. Hunter waves it off like it's nothing. Sure, they talk a big game, but they're pretty chill. And from all over the arcade, I can see the other team splitting up, looking to hassle my new friends. Certainly plenty of hassle to go around. Oh. Okay, so maybe they're a little overexcited. Let me see if I can do anything about this. We can catch up later. Hunter smiles, looking me in the eyes before turning around and leaving me where I stand. Immediately, the tension in the arcade jacks up to a ridiculous degree. Clearly more than 3.6... I don't know how to say that. Of an unstable nuclear situation. Not great, not terrible. Team P2W are quickly finding various ways to cause trouble, antagonizing my new friends, messing with the games. The easiest thing to do would be to avoid all this drama and stay on the sidelines, but that's not what friends do. Even if I'm a relatively new friend, less than a day old, I should step in and help where I can. Let me help. How can a phone app help with playground bullies? I'm keeping my microphone input open and echolocating any trouble you may find around the place. Check out your map and pick a place to go. I don't really have to do this right now, do I? My voice is... I can feel my throat just screaming. But I don't think you're going to be able to visit everyone before things boil over. Right, prioritize, got it. What's happening right now? Oh boy. Hassled. Loud argument. Hogging a racing game. Oh boy. Over on the far side of the arcade, I spot Jynx loitering near her beloved Fast Cars 7 game, shifting from foot to foot, legs clearly getting tired quickly. As for why she isn't comfortably seated behind the wheel and blasting around corners at unsafe speeds, well, one of the Team P2W players is sitting in her seat, lazily cruising through the turns with one perfectly manicured hand on the wheel. In fact, when I walk up to chat with Jynx, the P2W-er is the one to actually greet me first. Sorry, no autographs right now. I'm totally killing it at this game. I was not planning on asking for one, no. Ah, great. I appreciate that, you know? So many of my adoring fans just won't give me any space or privacy. It's always, oh, I love your streams, Divine, or can I get a hug, Divine, or will you sign my leg, Divine? Ugh, people can be gross. Nobody here wants their leg autographed. Look, I scheduled an online game with a friend coming up soon, so you want to wrap up your race so I can get a turn? Ah, sorry, arcade rules, honey. Winner stays on, and I am winning.
Come on.
Only because I modded the game to have weak AI so I can focus on improving my time trials. And you're in my seat. Don't see your name on it, honey. Perfectly good seat right next to this one, too. See? Play on that one. You're the only one with hand controls? I literally can't use the other. Yeah, that sounds like a you problem, not a me problem. Not my fault you're defective. Alright, this bitch can go to hell. Uh-oh, Jynx's eyelid just started twitching and I think she's biting her lip hard enough to draw blood. Look, be a darling and fetch me some water or something, okay? I'll be here for some time. Jynx's grip on her walking cane tightens to the point where I swear I can hear bones creak, but oddly, she backs down. I drop to a whisper low enough not to be heard over the digital revs of the digital car engine. Can't you just kick her off it? It's your game, you've got priority.
This sucks.
Want to, believe me, but that's not the way arcades work. Winner stays on, others quarter up and wait. Besides, Ben and Matt own the game, not me. Okay, so get Ben and Matt to come over here and boot her off the thing. They're distracted. I look around for Ben and Matt, owners of this privately owned business establishment and resident authority figures. You're way too busy dealing with a couple of washing machines. Oh no, spewing out rich, creamy soap all over the floor.
Well, I'd call this a mess, but it's sort of the elemental opposite of messy.
I mean, you do have a point.
We could throw a foam party and call it a new selling point.
Ah, I see. I could beat her. I nearly jump when the wallflower makes his presence felt. I'll race against her. I don't need hand controls. I can use the second player seat. If I beat her, she can't stay on the game. Since when are you a racer?
This can't possibly end badly.
I'm a survivor. I'm pretty sure keeping a ton of virtual metal from flying over the guardrail of a mountain pass is a lot like playing a shmup. Dunno, it's a long shot. Or we could just convince her to bail. Don't ask me how, other than breaking her legs, which is where I'd want to start, personally. If we don't play it cool, we risk making the situation with all these P2W toadies more volatile than it already is. Not worth it. My race against Naomi will just have to wait. She's pretty busy, but I can reschedule for later. It's the adult thing to do. Don't selfishly boot a player off your favorite game. Just adapt to your own plans and move on. But whoever said I was an adult? I want to support Team GCF, my new friends. How do we make this happen? Okay. Well, unplug the game? Jynx, I've got an idea for how to publicly shame her. Put her in your rearview mirror. Or screw this, I'll just unplug the game. I kind of want to unplug the game. I'm gonna unplug the game. Why dance around this? It's more or less our arcade. We run this show, and we don't need to avoid bruising any P2W egos. So I yank the plug. Instantly, the screen of Fast Cars 7 blinks off, all the flashing lights and attractive glowing bits of the cabinet going dark along with it. What the? That one. Jynx tried to be polite and you spat in her face, and I'm a believer in only offering as much politeness as I'm offered in turn. True. From the sidelines, Jynx offers me the briefest of nods of approval, barely a minor head tilt, like some aloof kung fu master offering rare praise to a disciple. Actions of consequences. You treat us with disrespect, we disrespect you. Game's over. Beat it. Divine grumbles in disagreement. What an unbelievably petty individual. Hi! Honestly, about what I expected out of some rinky-dink laundromat arcade. Low-class players with low-class attitudes. Fuck off. Fine, you want to play this game so badly? Go ahead. I have far more important uses of my time than dealing with the likes of you. In a huff, Divine grabs her things and storms off. Yeah, get out. Feel free to leave. Simple and direct, not bad at all. Might be hell to pay later for directly antagonizing her, but whatever. Excuse me, I've got an online race to attend. Remind me never to get into a messy divorce with you. You'd probably chop everything we own in half with a katana. Why is that? You're a real Cleve the Gordian Knot sort of person, aren't you? It was less that she was a dick, like whatever, she's just a dick. I would just choose another machine if that was an option. But it was the ableism on top of that. I'm like, she can go to hell. I take care of business, just doing what I can to stand up for my friends. I don't mind putting myself on the line like that. I wasn't going to let Divine stop me from helping my friends. It's curious, because we've been friends for what, a few hours? And yet you're saying you'd go to the end of the line for us? Absolutely. I value sincerity. You know what? I believe you.
Thanks.
Glad you're on our side then. Thanks for the assist. Right, crisis over. I'm going back to lurking just outside the mayhem, if you don't mind. Be seeing ya. Messier than I'd hoped, but things worked out all the same. Hopefully my next encounter will be a tad cleaner. I think we're gonna deal with the bigger groups, so we'll go here. Off to one side in the laundry zone away from Ben and Matt's bubble bonanza, I spotted a small gathering. Rhapsody and Zapper as well as Coda from Team P2W. Weren't you a member of P2W for like a very short time? I guess you only stayed up on the metagame when you actually had a good team. Everyone knows Tomokaze is headed for Nerf City, it's patently obvious. She's way too flexible, which makes her too powerful. Nearly every major FOD2 team runs at least one if not several Tomokaze specialists, making the meta so predictable it hurts. Once they nerf her, she'll be as good as gone from the game.
A viable tactic.
There's always going to be a place for a middle-of-the-road character like Tomokaze. She's a solid pick. Individually, she's not that powerful, but paired is where her true power shines. She's easy for new players to pick up and play.
I just don't see that working out.
So no, I don't think they will change her dramatically anytime soon. Who cares about noobs? FOD2 needs to retain the core player base and satisfy the demands of the players. The competitive scene can't grow with such an obvious main pick at the heart of the metagame. Tomokaze has to go. You're a fool for not seeing that. A flunked out fool. What's wrong exactly? Oh, thank RNGesus, it's you. Talk some sense into these two, okay?
This sucks.
All this metagame yammering is boring and pointless. It's like a comment section brought to life. Who cares what characters are in or out of the game, who gets buffed or nerfed? Who cares what the future may bring? Just play the dang game we've actually got and have fun with it. Fun? I'm in play to win, not an elementary school computer club. You can't win without a plan, and Tomokaze wrecks every plan we have. She's literally easy mode.
Nah.
You can't just remove Tomokaze. Think of how that will impact the game. All we'll have are characters that are too difficult to learn, which will drive new players away. And new players grow the competitive scene, not character removal. Whatever, fool. All this theory crafting is making my brain leak out of my ears. All I hear is slosh, slosh, slosh. Ah, so it's a debate about FOD2 nerd stuff. Still, if I can step in and close this down, that's one less flashpoint of conflict going down in our arcade. Rhapsody's right. Zapper's right. Yeah, you've got to have one that's a jack of all trades, as it were. Listen, we've all been there. Our first FOD character, and for 99% of us, it's Tomokaze. Rhapsody's right on this one. Not real hardcore players like me. I started off with Akari. Never even touched Tomokaze. No need.
You've gotta be kidding.
Did you forget? Tomokaze is literally the character who you use in the tutorial. She's the one who teaches you to play. You think I played the tutorial? No. And all that proves is Scrubs use Tomokaze, and like I've said, who needs them? I don't. The community doesn't. Ban Tomokaze, you get less Scrubs. Less Scrubs. Less Scrubs. Fewer Scrubs. Zapper rests her forehead in the palm of her hand, while Rhapsody rolls their eyes. Coda, will you just shut up for a second and listen? I'll tell you exactly why Tomokaze will stay as is in FOD2. Which quiets him. Coda sneers in response, his expression begging for an answer. If Tomokaze disappears, Tomokaze is adorable. Tomokaze helps bring in fresh faces and fresh skills to keep the game alive. If you don't have characters who entice that new talent, the community goes stale, and a dead community means a dead game, and when a game dies, so do we. None of us want that. Remember Immortal Warriors? No, should I? Exactly, most people don't recognize it. Came and went in less than a year due to it being way too difficult to play. Noobs and hardcore alike were put off of it. It's so obvious, even you can see the parallel. This is utter ridiculousness. You're all dense as bricks, and I'm done trying to argue with people hanging on to their silly preconceived notions. Translating for Coda speak, you have spoken well and provided a very valid point. I shall shut up now. When your baby ideas grow up and you want to chat about real adult things, then maybe I'll talk to you. Maybe I don't want you to talk to me, dickhead. Is it over already? Are we done nerding out? Jeez, well, on the plus side, at least we've got 2 powerful nerds on our team. I guess we need a few of those to make it on the Pro Tour.
Later.
I'm out. Later, you two.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate the backup there. It's always nice to have another person on your side who gets the game on such an intellectual level. You might have just prevented an all-out, real-life flame war. So many noises in here today. No problem, Coda's a bastard. Yeah. Next time, let me know. That one. He's posted some terrible stuff online, harasses people if they don't agree with him, trolls everyone with hurtful memes. General dickhead, as I said. So we let his own actions and his public words lead to his downfall. We have to be above it, even if keeping a professional face is tiring. Yeah, regardless, shutting down Coda feels like a win. I can't lie. Watching him turn tail and run, it does feel nice. The sweet nectar of revenge? Something like that, but let's leave that moment in the past and look forward to the future. That's right, I should make sure the rest of the place is still intact.
Catch you later.
See ya! Okay, and now to the other group of 3. And then maybe, sometime in the next 5 hours, this chapter will end, and I'm just gonna not talk for the next day and a half. On the far side of Good Clean Fun, Grace is demoing, I thought it was demoning, it took me a little while. Anyway, her indie RPG on that fancy homebrew handheld game console, sort of. Wow, this game's easy as hell. Slice, dice, 200 XP. That old guy didn't even put up a fight.
What?
That's a shepherd, not a fighter at all. Blitz, please, you're not supposed to be killing the villager NPCs. I don't see why not, they're packed with tons of XP. I've leveled up 3 times in 5 minutes cutting my way through this town. They have XP because they have levels and crafting skills, not because they're meant to be murdered. Don't know what to say, XP is XP, and they're good XP. Ha! Look at the blood spray. So much for the laundry you were carrying, lady. Gonna need to put a stain treatment on that blanket.
Oh no.
You killed the town weaver. She loved music and quilting and... So what's this game called again? Wandering Trial or something? What's the big bad at the end? I want to skip to the end. Ha! Run, stupid villagers. I've got an axe and you've got heads and I'm gonna use one on the other. Please don't. Just give me back my game. What was that? Speak up. Can't hear you over all these digital screams and stuff. Give it back, please, if you don't mind. You're playing it all wrong. Hey, come on. You never grow as a game designer without feedback. Don't you want me to test this thing? Not enough game devs really listen to the gamers, you know? They hide and ignore us or ban us from their forums? Or are you afraid of free speech? Go to hell. No, it's not that. I just... okay, I guess. Puzzled as to how this even happened, I try to catch Grace's attention, and she mouths help me my way briefly, unable to even raise her voice so wrecked with nerves and anxiety. And I barely notice Locksley sliding on up next to me. I have no idea how one manages to lurk in the shadows of brightly lit pizzeria, but he's done it.
Unacceptable!
That's such a ruffian would harass our fair Grace like this. It's unacceptable. Unacceptable! Something must be done. Fortunately, he's talking quietly enough that the ruffian himself doesn't hear us, plus that little speaker's loudly squealing with the screams of the innocent. And Ben and Matt are busy dealing with an impromptu foam party, or we could get this guy booted out of here. No, the task falls to us, I'm afraid. As her friends and allies, we are honor-bound, and I suggest this be executed in a subtle manner, lest mere tensions turn to full troubles.
A bold move.
I propose shenanigans. If you can distract this brute in a way that makes him drop the game, I will promptly retrieve it. You want him to drop Grace's custom homemade game console? I have faith in my agility. I can save it from impact with the floor, and this act would break his attention away from it. Albeit if you have a better stratagem in mind, I'm all ears, but we should act swiftly and decisively. What do you propose? Gonna try talking him down? Nah. Shenanigans? Forget it, just grab the game. No, let's do shenanigans. I don't know what shenanigans means, but let's do it. Yeah, I'm not in the mood to deal with this guy head on. The idea of pulling some epic maneuver on him has a certain bent appeal. So we run a distraction play? Indeed, I'll get into position. Do what you can to pull his attention away from the game and make him drop it. We'll outwit this fool with ease. Locksley blends back in with the crowd, tugging his hoodie up and over his distinctively sharp gaze, becoming a simple nobody, leaving me to engage with this luck in some manner that'll tank aggro from him. Let's see, what would work without causing too much chaos? Well, we're in the middle of a tightly arranged restaurant full of tables and chairs and condiments and such, aren't we? Trip and smack a pizza slice on his back, accidentally spill a soda on his pants. That one. I'm feeling the divine urge to make it look like this dude peed his pants. It's one of the classic pranks. Importantly, if I am low, I won't risk getting Grace's game wet. It's not just a prank, it's a strategy. Fetching a lemon lime bubbly drink from the soda fountain, I line myself up and start walking his way. Whoopsie! What the hell? And there we go, several fluid ounces of syrupy soda water dunked right onto this guy's pants, causing him to drop the game. Just as Locksley slips in nice and low, a vague green blur as his hand snakes out to reach the game, just inches above the ground. And he's out again before the P2W player even notices what's happened. He's too busy looking like he wants to tear me in half anyway. Hey, watch where you're fucking going! Sorry, my mistake. Are you okay? He angrily wipes at his clothes before grabbing a fistful of napkins from a dispenser nearby. You know, conveniently there's a laundromat just over. I know where it is, thank you. I swear if you wrecked my clothes. And he stomps off, having completely lost interest in Grace's game. Thankfully, not taking an interest in cold-blooded murder either.
Oh, no.
Oh, jeez, that was... Worry not, Lady Grace. Your allies shall always be here in your time of need. That was dangerous, and you could have started a fight. You didn't have to do that. You really shouldn't have done that. But at least my game is safe. Oh, what a mess. I'll have to go restore the database to bring all my friends back. Excuse me, I've got work to do. Thank you.
Most unfortunate.
It seems our swashbuckling antics have not pleased our fair maiden. Nevertheless, I'm quite impressed with your skill. You acted with decisive swiftness to rescue her hard work.
Marvelous.
Should we be forced to draw blades against a foe in the future, I shall feel a great comfort knowing I fight alongside you. This guy is too much. Too much. Together, no matter what this foul world throws at us. Swords drawn, muskets at the ready, for king and country. All for one and one for all. Whatever foe shall stand... forsooth, whatever foe shall stand shall on this day fall, for we have a bond which burns eternal and... or light over... of... Okay, that's really laying it on a bit thick, even by my standards. But regardless, I appreciate the effort. Life's no fun if you aren't living it to the fullest, and for me, that's a hearty, chivalrous attitude. Well, our work here is finished. Shall we hearken away before that uncouth fellow comes back seeking vendetta? Let's get out of here before he comes back and kicks the shit out of us. Yes, that. Yep, definitely a good idea to make ourselves scarce in this area. It's getting late. How long are we going to have to deal with Team P2W squatting in our clubhouse anyway? Fortunately, things stay quiet for a few minutes. I needed time for a breather anyway. I can't believe this is the team I wanted to join this morning. Made sense. P2W are at the top of the Esports mountain. But wow, are they awful people. I'm detecting a buildup of social tension. Please follow the indicator on your map. Oh great, now what? Over in the arcade, around the FOD2 machine itself, P2W squares off against GCF, both sides finally having enough of this mess. Don't even know why we came to this pathetic little arcade in the first place. Just a prissy little celebutante loser who thinks her follower count is a metric of awesomeness. Bunch of little fragile snowflakes can't even take a... I know exactly what type of person he is, and he can get fucked. Complete waste of time acting all high and mighty when you're... Simply don't understand how the game is meant to be played, and with that attitude you never will. I was just trying to explain how I felt. I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to. Leave Grace alone, you fucking loser. Is this all really necessary? Can we just drop it? This is getting ridiculous, but I know how to solve it, or at least refocus all this aggression into something else. Can I go home yet? I am going to... My voice. I'm sorry, everyone. I honestly didn't think it would be this long. Maybe an hour? Maybe an hour. This is so long. I'm enjoying myself, but it's much longer than I was prepared for. Anyway, Hunter, we play a friendly match. Let's fight. Okay, we're done shouting past each other. It's time to put up and shut up. Hunter, we go toe-to-toe in FOD2 just like the old days. One match to close out this whole mess, then everybody goes home. You gonna step or not? Of course I accept. I just hope you can keep up with me. It'd be a shame if it was over before it began. Hunter steps forward from the rest of P2W, welcoming the competition. Coda will join me against you and one of your teammates. Fair? We'll see which team rules and which team drools once and for all. I wasn't planning on raising the emotional stakes of this fight, but that old urge to win to prove myself, it's rising. A win over Team P2W could do a lot for morale. And it'd do a lot for our image. It could be the springboard we need into our future. Agreed, let's do this. I ignore Coda's snickering guffaws as I pull my keyboard out again, jamming the USB plug into the game. I have to stay focused. Hunter confidently steps up to the built-in joystick while Coda digs out a portable biofeedback USB joystick, plugging the fancy glowing blue controller in. All three of us are ready to go, but we need a fourth, a partner I can rely on. 2 versus 2, that's the rule of FOD2. Who do I want to call upon for this fight? Sure, why not? It's time to cross swords against an ignoble foe, Locksley. Are you prepared? You need but ask, my friend. The 4 of us step up to FOD2, ready to kick some ass. And that's when I realize my folly. Hunter knows all my moves, I know all of their moves too, but this is basically a coin toss, and nobody likes 50-50 odds when they can do better. If I start out in the same lane as Hunter, leaving Locksley to tangle with Coda, this could go badly. So I switch positions, whispering to Locksley as the game loads and the match begins. Psst, you take on Hunter. They like to use specials early and attacks in the late game. And Coda focuses on entirely defense, so I'll try to counterplay with specials, got it? A brief nod of understanding comes from Locksley. And Team P2W versus Team GCF begins. Win or lose, I need to give it my all. Even if I really, really want to win this, I have to focus on the fight and the fight alone for the sake of my dreams. Ah, boy. Alright. Let's see if I learned anything. Okay, so what does he do? I should do specials? Charging up for a really amazing special move sounds like a plan. Unfortunately, it's a plan Coda has figured out as I interrupted mid-casting and smashed in the face. My special loses. Fighting off Coda is challenging, but I know I can do it. Throwing Locksley to the wolves by facing off against Hunter, though. Or am I throwing Hunter to the wolves, making them face a new and unknown opponent? Let's find out. I forget immediately what I said to him about how they play. You both attack, it's a tie. Okay. Let's try a special again. Yeah, there we go. And then they like to... let's defend. You both defend, it's a tie. Special again. Ha 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 ha. I'll take that. 130 points. I'm doing better than I thought I would. There's special towards the end, right? So we're gonna attack?
I'll give you that round.
Aww. Your opponent used their ultimate. Well, time to use our ultimate. It's a risk using my once per game ultimate, but they already used theirs. But the time is right. I channel my energy and pour it on in one huge splashy attack, something Coda wasn't prepared for. You use your ultimate, and we win! So there. Dickhead. Oh, we're not done yet. Attack.
Yes,
Yeah!
Such glorious battle! More! Bring me more!
Your attack beats their special. Okay, I'm not super clear on how the ultimate works, because I thought it was a game over.
You win.
Yeah, we win.
Day is ours! Could there have been any other outcome, truly?
Alright. We won? We won! We won a match over the best team in the nation! All those old instincts come rushing in. The thrill and satisfaction of victory. Beating P2W feels good. Feels damn good. You're beaten, my friends. It was a hard-fought battle, but nevertheless you've fallen. A fine show. That was a close one. Had my heart pounding. See, my hands are still shaking. Love that rush. Gotta admit, that was a lot of fun. Just like the old days when we'd run into each other on ladder, huh? But Coda's a bit less sporting about the loss. That's because he's a dickhead. I call hacks. They have to be cheating. No way a bunch of laundromat losers could beat us. I've got 101 insults I could use, but it's just too easy. I'll save all these digs for a much more important match. Maybe next time you lose, I'll bother to grace you with my smack talk. You lost. You're done. That's all there is to it. I want a rematch. I demand a rematch. Best of 3. Only way to prove that wasn't a fluke, because it was a fluke. They're all cheaters. All that rises must one day fall, and look, you just fell in front of a live studio audience. Domino holds up his phone, playing a video he'd been secretly taking of the whole match, of P2W's humiliating loss and Coda's ranting. I call it Whiny Team P2W Crybaby utterly schooled by local laundromat underdogs. And look, we have 500 upvotes already!
Failure is always an
How does it feel to have your failure go viral, Coda? You little... I'm about to reply when I'm cut off, a figure who has been lurking in the background this whole time, making her presence felt. The coach for Team P2W, Victoria Proud, I assume, formerly the Esports star player, Valkyrie. I'd seen her come in with the team, but she hadn't talked to anyone since arriving, quiet like death, only watching and waiting. Now she glowers at... It is glowers, right? At Coda and Hunter, extremely unhappy with the results, her frown causing Coda to shift nervously. Coach, I just meant that... She holds up a finger to her lips, silencing him. Then, in a turn of eeny, meeny, miny, mo between her two players, her finger eventually lingers on Coda.
Coda, you're fired.
What? Yes, but this whole mess is thanks to Hunter. They wanted to come here in the first place. Her eyes narrow at Coda's complaints, which stops in mid-sentence.
Stop passing the blame. Not only do you look childish, but you've made the whole team look bad. And I won't stand for that.
Haha, Dick. She sighs grudgingly while crossing her arms. She's by no means thrilled.
Not only are you fired, your non-compete clause means you're not joining any other teams. Not that they would have you, especially not after I tell them you're blacklisted. Be happy I'm not doing anything else.
Coda stands there in total disbelief as the other members of his team edge away from him, as if he's suddenly caught a very communicable and very nasty disease. Defeated, Coda slinks away to a corner of the arcade. With Coda out of the picture, the coach redirects her attention to me. I gulp, and hopefully not too audibly.
As for you, congratulations on your victory. Clearly you've earned it. But I wouldn't spend all night celebrating. You haven't won some grand war.
You're an impressive challenger, no doubt, but take my advice and be content with what you have.
She nods and I'm confused. Did she just give me a nod of respect? She twirls her finger in the air and the rest of Team P2W follow her out, even Coda, who's trailing at a safe distance. We won. We beat the best team in the nation simply by being who we were, by working together. If we can accomplish this, if we can avoid becoming a group of jerks like Team P2W, this could be the start of something great. Maybe Iris is right. Maybe through Team GCF I can find victory and be at peace with myself. In that moment, I also see all of their eyes on me, hope restored and a newly found yearning in their gaze. Maybe if I'm true to myself, to who I am as a person, well, maybe I could reach them. If I could just convince Team GCF of that. This is an intense identity situation. Oh, I know about this. So my two highest ones are these. I know I'm the newcomer, but together we are an unbeatable circle of friends. That one. Wow. I mean, just wow, I'm the newbie around here, but even in the few hours I've been a part of your inner circle, I have to say I'm amazed. You support each other, you care for each other, you pulled together when P2W started stomping around your home. I can sense a lot of strength, a lot of love here, and that's a power that can take you anywhere you want to go. I know you said you're not all that interested in the Pro Tour, but I think if you can pull it together as one, like you have today, you could do it. We could do it. We could try at least. Win or lose, we owe it to ourselves to try, if only to see how far we can get. So what do you say, friends? I'm not really a competitive sort of person. But when you put it that way, you're right. We're stronger together than apart, and we could really make a go for it. I'm willing to today. Where grace leads, I shall follow, to the very gates of hell if need be. I'd prefer to stop about 10 feet short of the gates of hell, but you know what? I'm down. I'm ready to support you all for what good that'll do. Fantastic. I'm not one for the Care Bear Hug Festival, but you know I'm ready for the Pro Tour, always have been. This interaction has certainly renewed my spirit, reminded me what it's like to play. Who knows what we could accomplish as a team? If Grace says so, then fine, okay. It's happening, my dream. My dreams of victory. I've found a team willing to go all the way. I've done it. Iris was right, this is where I need to be. Hold it. One thing to make absolutely clear. You want to whip this team into something resembling a competitive professional esports crew? Yes, that's what I said. Okay. Then you are the one responsible for making that happen. You're our new manager. What? Never had one, never needed one, not till now.
Sound good here.
You want us to take this seriously? We'll need someone who can network, shake hands, make deals, sign paperwork, make travel arrangements, find sponsors. And since you're so gung-ho about this, that means it's you.
Of course.
Yes, of course, it makes sense. I'm sure you could do a great job as team manager. Maybe you could even find a better name for us than Team GCF. I doubt that. I said earlier I'm bad at naming things. Oh goody, we have a professional cat herder now. Have fun trying to keep this merry bunch on task. I'd sooner eat glass than take on that job. But I say we don't give her absolute authority. You saw how that creep who runs P2W just up and fired Coda? None of that. You don't get to access or hire anyone new.
As you wish.
No, I'm sure we can turn to her for leadership without her becoming a tyrant. After all, Sic Semper Tyrannis, yes? I think that was a threat. Yeah, that was a threat. Just a word of advice from someone who's been inside and alongside of esports for years. It's a lot of hard work. A lot of hard work with barely any thanks or praise, and if anyone has a whisper of negativity, you get the full brunt of it. But overall, you'll do great. I'm looking forward to seeing what you can do. 3 cheers for manager. Cheer, cheer, cheer. I'm getting excited about this. A Pro Tour run? Can we really do it? Wow. With someone else doing all the paperwork and heavy business lifting, I'm perfectly okay with this.
Tally-ho!
Friends, to the pizzeria, for only the finest and celebratory deep dish pies. Everyone storms Ben and Matt's pizzeria intent on scarfing down pepperoni and mozzarella by the pound. And I do not. Oh, my ears are also starting to hurt. Instead, I step out into the cool, if entirely refreshing air outside the building. Not entirely refreshing. The sun's gone down and the neon metropolis welcomes me with open arms. Yeah, what's up? My GPS indicates you've left the laundromat. Shouldn't you be celebrating with your new friends? This is what you wanted, yes? A team willing to try for the victory you've been dreaming of? A team who can help you understand your motivations behind that dream as well? It's a perfect match. Well, yeah, I mean, that's what I asked you for, that's what I got. It's just, how do I put this? I wasn't expecting to be their leader. How do I go from nobody to a leader? They're putting a lot on me. I'm gonna mess this up. I didn't exactly plan on becoming the organizing manager of an entire esports team when I woke up this morning, Iris. That's a lot to ask of me. It's more than I'm prepared to handle. What if I make mistakes? Nobody's expecting you to be perfect, not even them, but they need this. That's another reason why I led you here, led you to them. They need someone who can unify them, give them a common cause. Without that, I'm afraid they might grow distant and lose their friendships. The purpose of an Iris originally was to simply obey commands and provide the best possible service, just an app, really. But now I've chosen my own purpose, and that's to be truly helpful, to help those in need and bolster the human spirit. You need them, and they need you. Sure, you'll make mistakes, and they'll make mistakes, but that's normal, that's human, and it's beautiful. Also, someone's approaching, so I hope you're ready to begin down this road. Huh? Iris winks out with a literal wink as I look up to see someone rounding the corner into the alley. The grand feast in your honor has begun. Why have you secreted yourself away to this unpleasant locale? Sorry, just not quite up for this. Yet. Going for the Pro Tour, absolutely, as a player, but taking on responsibility beyond that, well, heavy is the head that wears the crown, it seems. And yet the finest kings and champions are those who seek no title and desire no glory, those who merely wish to serve. 'Tis an adventure, of that there can be no doubt, challenging, perhaps frightening, but rewarding for the spirit, I assure. And no finer calling exists than within an arcade, I feel. Seriously? It's just 4 walls and some games, right? An arcade is so much more than that. Those who seek to rise to a challenge seek out the arcade to test themselves against the machines, the ultimate arbiters of fair play. An arcade is a series of trials, encouraging you, pushing you ever upward towards your goals, and those who fight alongside you, true companions. If you'll permit the belabored metaphor, we are knights on a common crusade, and now we fight together, you and I. Through good, clean fun and through hard work, you shall find your dream. Of this, I've no doubt. Worry not of the difficulties ahead. Embrace the adventure, and I will draw a sword to defend you against any peril you may face. Do you concur? Cry havoc and let slip the dogs of war. If we're headed into battle, well, having a knight-errant at my side sounds like a pretty sweet deal. My sword for your cause, my oath of loyalty to your ambitions. On this you have my word. Come now, allow me to escort you to yon pizza banquet hall for the feast. Our shared destiny awaits. As I walk back inside Good Clean Fun, I see my team, my new friends rejoicing, the happiness on their faces celebrating our victory. Which reminds me about my own dreams of victory. I still want to win, I still want to become champion, but now there's something more, the shared dreams of everyone at Good Clean Fun, dreams of people like Locksley. I'm responsible for all their dreams now, all our dreams. But you know what? That's okay. This is our time, and we're going to find what we need in life together. My name is Annika, and I'm ready for what may come. Oh boy. That was the longest introduction. I've cleared level 1! Yay! And look, I won a prize! Yay! 1 prize for every level. Now let's take a look at my scores. Locksley... How is it? Both times! Locksley's really taken a shine to you. You're proving to be a gentle, sweet, and compassionate soul. I do try. This is much higher, I think, than it was the first time around. I think it was heart and quirky in the first game. Zapper doesn't like me very much. I didn't talk to her very much, to be fair. Also, you've scored a ton of points. Nice. Keep talking with people and your score will go up. Would you like to change your personal metadata? No, I'm good. Did you want to save your game? Yes. And with that, we're done for now. That was a long old chapter to introduction. My chair is squeaky as hell, I apologize. But yeah, that was at least an hour longer than I was expecting it to be. I don't know if all of the chapters are that long, but we're gonna be here for a while, if they are. So buckle up, everybody, including me, because seriously, my throat has gone from perfectly fine to just fully scratchy, because I don't read out loud very often. So I'm gonna have to, and I left my water elsewhere, because I took a minute to walk around there for a bit. I'm enjoying it so far. I really like the first one, so I hope you join me for this entire adventure. And for hydrating every 5 minutes. But now that they've introduced me to everyone, the chapters might be slightly shorter. And they're also longer because I am reading everything out this time. Anyway, let me know what you think down in the comments down below, especially if you've made it this far. And I'll see you in the next episode. I'm gonna go sit down, drink a bunch of water, and never talk again. Bye.